What's going on, people? King Rich is back again with another live stream, yeah? Big up to all the old subscribers and new subscribers, yeah? Make sure the notification bell is ringing so you don't miss any of the quality content on this here quality channel. And I've brought a new panel of guests, yeah? I think they're all new faces, maybe bar one or two, yeah? And we're going to go around the room. Obviously, this is going to be very, very entertaining and educational as well, maybe. You know what I mean? We never know what might happen. It might get mad. But anyway, I'm going to go around the room and let everyone introduce themselves. So everyone, say your name, your age, your relationship status, and a fun fact in it. Starting with you.
My name is Valentina. I'm 19 years old, and fun fact about me, my relationship status story, single. Fun fact about me, my mum named me after the first Russian woman to go to space.
Okay, all right. Next one.
My name's Deborah. My relationship status is...
Talk a bit closer to me.
Sorry. My name is Deborah. My relationship status is single. And did you say occupation?
No, relationship, age, and fun fact.
And age, I'm 19. And a fun fact about me is... I think that's a fun fact about me.
Don't be scared to talk in the mic, you know. You're saying very sheepish. You get me? Talk up, like, you get me? Go on.
A fun fact about me is... I don't think there's anything, like... I'm just trying to...
Just say you're happy, man. You're happy.
I'm a happy person.
There you go. Go on. Next one.
I'm Nicole. I'm 24. I'm single. And a fun fact, I'm on my 3rd degree. Don't know if that's that fun, but yeah. Thanks, guys.
Okay. All right. Next one.
Hi, guys. My name is Dimitra Niku. Some people think I'm 16, 19, 21, 24. It's up to you. You can choose. My relationship status, I'm single. A fun fact about me, I do live showcases every last Monday called Dem Sweet Nights.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Next one.
What's good, people? I am Keisha, aka Captured by Cage. Fun fact, I'm a professional photographer from London. An age, a woman never tells her age.
Okay. All right. Awesome. All right, in the back.
My name's Aisha. I'm 21. Fun facts about me, I really got none, so confidential. But yeah.
Okay. And last one.
It's the sweetness. It's the sweetness. Yeah, I'm the sweetness. I'm 36 years old. I'm a singer-songwriter from East London. I also co-host and run Dem Sweet Nights along with Dimitra Niku. Fun fact about me, I can put both my hands on the floor without separating my legs. It's like my party trick. Yeah. So I'm very flexible. There we go.
Bruh, mad thing. All right, cool. All right, so obviously, as I always do every week, yeah, I bring the guests on and they don't know what is going on. They don't know what we're going to talk about, yeah. And obviously, you lot who have clicked on the video, you know the title. And the title reads, all right, dating modern women is hardest for black men. Yeah? And you see the expressions. So, bruv. So when I say that, yeah, like, what is the first thought that comes into your mind? I just want to run around the room. Like, what's the first thought that comes into your mind when I say that dating in general these days is hardest for black men? Like, what do you think?
I don't think that's necessarily true. Personally, I feel like if we really want to get into it, I feel like a lot of black men complain that they have dating hardest, but yet when you look at the statistics, a lot of black men don't know how to be real men, in my opinion.
Ooh,
thank you. I agree with that. Thank you.
M1 stinger. All right, next one.
I'd also disagree.
I think your mic's not. Is your mic?
Um.
Sounds a bit low on her mic.
Oh, okay. I disagree. I feel like I don't think it's specific to a race or specific to being black. I feel like in general it is harder today, but I don't think it's relative to your race.
Okay. All right. Next, what do you think about it?
I don't know. I don't think I have an opinion yet. Like, the first thing that came to my mind is, what is it with you and this modern dating women?
Because we're living in a modern. Because hold on. The reason why I always put modern because we are in a modern era. We don't live in like.
But then, what is your definition of a
modern.
modern woman? When you say modern woman, what do you mean?
A woman of this era.
Yeah, but that could mean many different things. Do you know what I mean? Because I consider myself to be a modern woman, and I don't think that I'm hard to date. I
never said modern. No, but the title wasn't "Modern Women Are Hard to Date." The title was "Dating Modern Women is Hardest for Black Men." That was the title.
Okay.
There you go, KingRichez. Anyway, so next one. What do you think about it?
I think that it's all in the mind. If you think it's hard for date, that's you in your head. Somebody else will think it's easy today. And plus, it has to align.
Mm-hmm.
If we don't feel the vibe and chemistry, it's going to be hard for you because y'all go for the wrong girl. You see it?
You're clapping early still.
I'm always going to back my partner, innit? It's just unbiased in them way there. You get me?
I'm glad you said that you're biased straight away because that says a lot. But anyway.
No, only when it comes to Demetra.
Hold on. Go on. What do you think about it?
Do you know what's so funny? Because I feel like we're similar. Because as soon as you said that, I was thinking like you actually manifest the life, like you can manifest your own life and create your own happiness kind of thing. And I feel like when you overthink, I feel like, or when you like engage in like stupidity or like your vibrations are really low, then like you have to self-reflect. And I feel like, is dating hard? Yes, dating's hard for everyone, not just black men. I don't think black men necessarily have it hard, but I feel like you can manifest the life you want if that's the path you want to go
I think if I'm going to be honest, I think black men make it harder for themselves.
Thank you. I was waiting for. I was gonna say that.
All right. Let's have order. Yeah, we'll do things in order. Yeah. All right. So, what do you think? Yeah. Let's go.
No, like I feel like black men make it hard for themselves. Literally, like they're the ones in control at the end of the day. I feel like I was about to say the N-word, but I feel like men are the one. Like you're the one who go out. You're the one who flipping. What's that word? Courts the girl or whatever. So it's literally up to you. Like you can move to 5 girls today. You pick the one that you want to act right with, and I promise you, if you act right, that girl is gonna have it. Literally, like if you take her on good dates, you do what you're supposed to do, the girl will fucking have it. The girl will have it. Do you know what I mean? Like I feel like men make it hard for themselves. You know what to do. You just don't want to do it. Or you want to flip in, have your cake and eat it too. And date all these girls and give them all the bare minimum. So of course it's going to be hard for you. I feel like white men, they just get straight to the point and they get their go in like 2 weeks. It's not a problem. But black men just make it hard. And that's why dating in the black community in general is just long. You might want to do 6-month talking stages. Like, what is that? But let me not even go into deep. That's my little 2 pence.
She said a lot, and I see a lot of people are just agreeing.
I might be the oldest person in this room right now.
Hold on. Like one thing, yeah. So you want to talk, you got to have order in it, because the thing is, when we're doing this show, if everyone's just talking, they can't tell when it's just noise.
No, I'm sorry. I apologize.
All right, cool. So that's interesting. We're gonna do we're gonna do a lot today. So all right, it's your turn. Go on.
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I was just going to say I agree with everything that she said. And also I think it's like, I might be the oldest person in this room. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I'm 36 and like I've been around the block. Like I'm pansexual. I've dated women. I've dated men. I've dated, white men,
really
black
quickly
men.
For people, what does pansexual mean?
Okay, so it's basically, I don't have a preference when it comes to sexuality or gender. So for me, if I met someone and they were trans and I was attracted to them and I felt a vibe and there was a connection, I would date them. It wouldn't bother me. So I'm giving a very like Jennifer definition of it. But
you can go with anyone.
Basically. And it's like, I think in this, like I recently started talking to a lot of people that I didn't talk to, years before. And it's like, I think you, like what you said earlier, like you pick your relationships in this, like whatever vibrations you're putting out there, you're going to get back. Yeah. And a lot of men ain't serious. They ain't serious because they'll tell you one thing and then be doing the next thing. It's like, don't be doing one thing and then that's contradictory. Say what you mean, innit? They never say what they mean. And it's like, especially, I don't like to like pigeonhole certain races, but black men don't do themselves no favors at the end of the day. That's all I'm going to say. And that's the reason why me, for the best part of this year and say maybe like just under half of last year, I've been single and I'm very happy. Get me? I do my thing. Relationships are long because you like it serious. That's my verdict.
Okay. All right. So a lot have been said today already. Yeah. We've only been here like 2 minutes, bruv. A lot's been said. All right, cool. And listen, everyone watching, please hit the like button. Big up to the guy that hit the Cashapp already hit the Cashapp and that, because this is a real one, bruh. And a lot of guys are going to have something to say. So big up to Corby Simmons for supporting the movement, yeah? Okay, and everybody hit the like button as well. This is very important. It helps YouTube to know that people like what I'm doing over here. All right. First things first, yeah? You lot are saying, oh, yeah, black men don't do themselves any favors, and it's about vibrations and energies, and if you just put the wrong energy out there, you go for the wrong gal and all of that, yeah? This is what it boils down to, in my opinion, yeah? With this modern dating thing, yeah, a lot of women these days have very harsh requirements for the guys that they are willing to date. Do you get what I'm saying? So when you lot say all this, say, oh, guys are not serious, guys are just messing around. What did you say? 6 months talking stages? And everyone was like, ha, 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 ha. Bruv, yeah, but what kind of guy is kind of offering a 6 months?
The guys who have options.
It's the
if he's paying and he's got options, it's long.
Yeah, but the fact of the matter is, you chose to deal with that guy though.
Fairs, but okay, but why do they have to be like that? Because we're assuming these guys. Okay, but we're assuming these guys also want to be serious. We're not talking about the ones who don't.
Who's assuming that? Who's assuming that?
Because you're talking about relationships. So I'm assuming the peng ones.
You're assuming. That's the point.
Okay, cool. I'm assuming the peng ones that I'm talking about now want to be in a relationship. Then why are they moving like that? Just because you've got options, do you know what I mean? You can still pick who you want to be with at the end of the day. Because
people usually they behave in line with their options, really. That's what it usually is.
Okay, well then that's why
what's the thing you said? You said, I assume. Why do you assume that? Why?
Because they have options, so they're gonna.
No, you're assuming that because you like them.
What does that mean?
Basically, can I interject? Wait, let me say something.
Say the thing, go on.
I think that means that if we don't ask them, what is it that you want? Because a lot of men don't want to tell us. What is it that you want? You know what? I don't want to settle down, B. Then you know, but a lot of girls assume. Like, you know what? Does he want me or does he not want me? Does he? Oh my God, he rang my phone. That's wifey. That's wifey.
I'm gonna let you speak, and then
I was just gonna say, in my experience, there's two different type of guys. So there's a type of guy that will love bomb you from early.
The worst.
So you're there like, yeah, and then those are the guys that love bombing you because they just want pom pom, innit? And then the ones that are like doing 6 month talking stages, they don't know what they want. So that's literally our options. It's either we get love bombed by these guys that don't really know what they want, but they want sex and they want pom pom. And then like 6 months down the line or whatever, a year down the line, they're like, oh, I'm not ready for a relationship. But technically, we've been in a relationship.
No, I can't lie,
you get me? Like, even though we ain't labelled it, like it's a relationship, me. Like, do you know what I mean? And then you got these other ones that just want to like be talking to you for ages because they're like, oh, I want to weigh up the options because I've got all these options. Like what she's saying, it's not an assumption, it's facts. Like I've been in that situation where I've been one of the options.
It's not facts.
Well, maybe not for every guy, but for the vast majority.
The fact of the matter is, you choose who you date. That's a fact. So if you choose to, what you said, the peng ones. So if you choose that, oh, I'm a girl that only dates peng guys, well then that's the territory, fam. Do you get what I'm saying? And you can't. It's up to you what you do. I'm not dating them. You're dating them.
We can all tell someone who's good looking. Like, even if you're not attracted to them, you can tell this person's good looking.
I get what you mean, though.
Yeah, but like, bro, like we can. Yeah, but there's levels to this. We can kind of, if we saw a lineup of guys, we would probably all be able to gauge who's average and who's like above average. Come on, like you know that, innit? Like, you know what I'm saying. But what was you gonna say?
I just wanted to add like, to what she was just saying, is that like men value access, so it's like they're gonna spin a story the way you want to hear. Like, for example, even if you were to ask them, for example, what do you want from this relationship, they'll spin it in a way where it will keep you entertained so that they can continue to get whatever they want. Maybe it's emotional support, maybe it's sexual access, but it's like you can say like it's down to you to ask and to put what you want on the table. But because most men value access, they're going to spin the story the way you want to hear it.
Yeah, that's so true.
You think most men do that?
100%.
100%.
I don't even think it's specific to black men. I think most men in general,
I think it's a generational thing.
But then can I say something? After that, though, it's their actions that speak louder than words. So if you're telling me you want to wife me, but you're chatting shit, and then you're inviting me to your yard in the nighttime, I know that you don't want to wife me. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's up to us to filter out.
I think sometimes we girls, we feed each other lies. We feed ourselves lies.
I'm not gonna lie. If girls had like accepted higher from these men,
Standards.
like every girl had the same standard, they wouldn't be able to. Like, it couldn't run.
What standard?
For example, if no girl ever went to a guy's yard after a certain time, or went to their yard on the first link or whatever, that would never happen. Because guys would know better. If every single girl you've spoken to said no to it, it could never run.
But you know what? That's such a
because there's
fine
girls that will
line.
say yes. Do you know what I mean? They're gonna be like, if not you, then someone else.
But it's like we're all human and we all have urges. So it's like you're
Fairs,
gonna have
but-
them days when you're like, fuck it. Do you know what I
saying? Like, I
mean?
love
But that's
how-
the reason
I love
why.
how girls try to act like they don't get that feeling.
No,
I
I'm not gonna-
I need
I'll-
sausage.
I'll put my hands up. You know what I mean?
I wasn't gone.
I must say, like, even if we all decided to do social solidarity and we came together and said, you know what, we're not gonna be sneaky links, we're not gonna be like a beauty call.
Used and
go on,
abused.
go on.
A beauty call, like men will just find another way
Yeah.
to go around it, which is what they've been doing. Like,
Some guys,
Yeah,
got,
but you'll
some
still get
guys-
something out of it.
Some guys have got projects, you know. Projects.
When you say
What do you
projects,
mean
what do you mean?
projects, bruv.
What do you mean?
Some girls out there are projects, bro.
What does
See what I
that
mean?
mean?
Yeah,
See what
it's
I mean? See what I mean?
does that
Listen, I'm
mean?
just listen.
I don't
I'm
have
just,
projects.
I'm just
Do you have
keeping it
projects?
real.
Men are
I
serial.
said men. I said
I
men
know,
have
but that's
projects.
what I mean.
What is it like a conquest? Like this girl, like I want her. So even if she moves long, I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Okay,
what I'm
fair.
saying.
I'm gonna.
Sorry, that's
Do you know
life.
what? I
Go
want
on.
thanks. I'm thinking we obviously I feel like us women we need to take responsibility for like what we allow as well, because I feel like our intuition is really strong, especially as women, and you kind of know within the first, like if you're having like a 5-hour conversation where you're proper into him and you're just on the phone at night, there are little signs that pop up and you're just like, did he say that? And in your head, you're like, no, but in my head, there's this fairy tale and like he looks good and and you know from
Sending
that
yourself a
time,
dream.
like you can walk away, but if you, do you know what? Oh, I've been watching a lot of stuff here. But if you walk away or you prove to a guy that you don't actually need him, he's gonna be like, oh, she's different. Let me take her a bit
Facts.
seriously. But if you're just like, let me allow it because I'm gonna impress him and he's probably gonna like this. He's thinking
He don't respect it.
he puts you in a box or they put you in a box and like, okay, I know what type of chick she is. And then they play games, which is annoying because it's like, why can't you?
Can I
Oh,
interject quickly?
Yeah, go on.
Do you know, this is the thing, like, I always literally have to say this every single show, every single week, yeah? And listen, you girls are no different from the other girls that come on here and they say the same thing. Bruh, you lot pick the same guys, bruv. Over and over.
I'm not gonna
over
lie,
and
yeah, he's
over.
not wrong, 'cause
And
It's
the thing is, and you expect a different outcome, bruv. And then
true.
you're like, you're making all these, it's because of energies. That's what the first thing you said. But I
you're
agree with
really
you
against-
now. Listen, what you said now, I agree with that now, that like you lot have to be accountable for what you choose. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes you do get red flags. And sometimes you're just like,
ignore
you know
them.
what? He's 6'4".
Yeah.
So because he's 6'4", I don't care if he's never had a long-term relationship. I don't care if he's seeing where he's trying to find himself. He keeps telling me I'm trying to work on myself. Like, and that's what do you think? You've been quiet, man. Talk, man.
No. I personally think it's an ego thing, but so for example, there'll be a guy, everybody knows that he's not serious. Like you've heard stories about him, but yet we will still talk to him. But why I think women do that because you want to be the one that changes him. So you feel like that girl, like, unlike all those other girls he treated like shit, I'm going to be the one that's the exception. But I feel like the truth is, what you see is what you get. And I feel like us women, we need to just close the door once we see the red
100.
flag.
We always think we'll be different and we never are. Literally.
Absolutely. How about, I think like this, how about like you lot don't all go for Tyrones? Because let me ask you a question.
But even Sadiq's are fucking problematic.
Hold on. What did you say to
tell
call
me,
them?
this is how you know I'm getting old, because what is a Sadiq and what is a Tyrone?
I don't even know, but listen.
Yeah,
Let me go.
the younger generation, let me know.
Let me ask you a lot, because the young lady, the lady at the back said that she's open to everyone. Cool. Yeah. What do all of the ladies here date black guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Cool. So if I say Tyrone. Tyrone means the select, good-looking black guy.
Okay.
Top tier,
Okay.
top
Yeah,
10%, tall, good-looking, Colgate grin. Get me 15 inches in the boxes, all of that.
There's no such thing. Shut up.
I'm
15
exaggerating.
That's just the hospital. Do you get me?
Where? So what I'm saying is that I think, and it's not, it goes across the board, even for like non-black women as well, or women that don't date black guys. There's the Chads, which is the white counterpart of the Tyrone or Sadiq or whatever you want to say. You get what I'm saying? Like, them guys, the thing is, you got to understand about them guys. Them guys have the monopoly. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're getting play from all the chicks. Like, do you know what I'm saying? And they've been doing this from day one, from school. Do you know what I'm saying? And it hasn't changed their whole life. Do you get what I'm saying? So think about this. If we all know that people are usually as good as their options, innit? Do you get what I'm saying? Tyrone, and we already know men, in an ideal world, most men would want to have multiple women. Like, I'm just keeping it real with you. In an ideal world, most men can't do it because they don't have the looks or the money to do it. Do you get what I'm saying? So if you lot go and pick that top 10% guy who's got all these options, bruh, like, you can't really be surprised if he plays you and finesses you, blood. That's what I'm saying. And I think that a lot of times women will make excuses, or even worse, women will get pumped and dumped by these guys, right? And then they'll come out and say, oh, all men are like this. All black men don't help themselves. Because that's what you said at the back. You said black men don't help themselves. Yeah, but which black men are you talking about, though? Because you can only...
not the Tyrones and the Sadiqs.
But people...
Is it obvious?
But people are talking about what's relative to them. Obviously, if everyone you talk to looks like that, then in your head, that's your world. Everyone is like that. Do you know what I mean? Whereas if people know, we know this, but we're just talking from what we go through, from who we pick and who's in our world.
And you said pen guys.
Yeah.
So that's your experience, right?
Not 100%, but
can I just say one thing? You also only have access to what is desirable, like, to men or women, in my case, for you. So, like, not everyone's hitting on me. It's like, like, for me, I'll say I'll have a certain type that hits on me. Not that I'm saying that I have a type, but like, I have a certain type that hits on me. And like you were saying earlier, like, I pick the same type of guys that end up, all girls that end up in relationships. Because with me, it hasn't been different. Do you get me? Like, all of the relationships that I've been in, whether it's been with a guy, whether it's been with a girl, irrespective of their race, it's always ended up the same. Do you know what I mean? I've either been cheated on, or they've love bombed me, or do you know what I mean? It's ended in a way
girls
where...
do that.
Oh, yes, they do.
So hold on. So you're saying, okay, boom, your specific example, yeah? You're open to everyone, yeah? Cool.
Mm-hmm.
So you're single right now. So what are you saying? In all your relationships with these people, how has it ended?
I mean, yeah, it's ended in a way where it's like...
Good or bad?
Not necessarily... Well, yeah, not bad, but I would say it could have ended better. Like, some of the people I still talk to, but it's like that took time for us to, like, get to a place where we're still talking and we're now friends or whatever.
So
but I'm not necessarily friends with all my exes, don't get me wrong.
So let me ask you this. Do you think that maybe there's maybe a type that... There's kind of like an image or a type that you keep
that I attract,
that you attract, that
and
maybe
I'm
not
consciously aware of
that
it now.
may not be the type that you need for a long-term commitment.
100%.
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying.
I don't necessarily think that I'm doing things necessarily to attract that person. I think
but you're going into those relationships though.
Yeah.
So that's your choice.
Plus, really quickly, I just want to circle back to what you said in the beginning. Like, I just want to say that the with you is always silent. So most of the time, these like little interactions you're having with people or whatever, like when they're lying to you or whatever, it's just because they might want a relationship, but they're moving like they don't, or they're keeping you in a 6-month talking stage or whatever, because they might like you, they just don't like you enough. Do you know what I mean? The with you is always silent. Like, I'm not ready for a relationship right now with you, but if someone that I really did like comes along, I'm gonna have it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but then really it's a par, innit?
Because
of course it is.
I will get in a relationship with her, but we're talking.
Yeah,
stage.
but they'll never tell you that. You have to figure that out by yourself.
I don't think that's that difficult to detect.
It's not difficult.
I don't think that's
all.
difficult.
Yeah,
I think usually,
it's not. But you lie to yourself and they lie to you.
Hold on, you're saying a lot of things, bruv,
but
it's not working, bruv. Listen, the fact of the matter is, just like the lady said, like at the end of the day, it's not hard to detect if someone's playing. It's not. Bro, like, all you got to think about, what is their track record? What kind of person am I dealing with? Have I dealt with this kind of person before? Is it going down the same road? Is it the same kind of story? Like, do you get what I'm saying?
You're saying
like,
that from years of experience.
What?
You're saying that from years of experience. If you're young, in the beginning. Okay, but you know what I mean? Like, you know how you guys behave. Like, let's say you were like 18, 19 doing that. The first couple times you're going to believe it. It's only like later on down the line that you're going to start clocking.
I agree.
Do you know what I mean? You're not going to know that.
Yeah. So what, have you only had one relationship?
I've never even had a relationship.
Yeah, have you ever talked to any guys before?
Of course.
So how many guys have you talked to in your whole life?
I don't even know.
Is it more than 2?
Of course.
Then you got experience.
No, I'm saying
I would know now. I would know now.
I would know now.
No.
I would know now if the with you silent.
And another reason why you know other women. you know women older than you, younger than you,
That's
black,
fine,
white.
but you-
So you, bruh, like at the end of the day, you can deny it or be in this.
No, but
I
listen.
don't listen. Let me just finish this point. You can speak.
Go
Yeah?
on.
At the end of the day, yeah, you've seen what's happened out there in the world, bro. Like, do you get what I'm
Now.
saying? Like, you haven't just been living in a bubble on your own. You've talked to two guys, and then, yeah, they've both finessed you or fed you a bag of lies or a dream or whatever, and then boom, oh well.
Yeah,
now
but
I
not
know.
every guy
No,
will do dirty.
you spoke to other girls who've been done dirty. You know older women that have been done dirty. You've got
Right.
you know older women that have probably given you advice, and you probably ignored them because the guy was a Tyrone.
No,
Let's
not
keep
really.
it
You know,
real,
I promise
bruv.
you, Pete, I don't really have these conversations with aunties and uncles or whoever. Like, I didn't have these older people to give me mad advice. So I really learned everything by myself. I'm not gonna lie to you. And even like my
Okay.
friends, we all went through the same kind of shit around the same time. So it's not like this friend went through everything mad early and then told me all the play. It wasn't like that.
Well, let me give you a bit of
Now I know,
Let me say
but-
something to you. There's women and girls older than you that are still doing the same thing
Nah,
and
for
making
true.
the same
No, of course.
mistakes.
For true.
So what would you say about them?
They just lack self-awareness. Like, you literally just have to look inside yourself
Yeah.
and like
There you
realize
go.
where
I
am I
agree
going
with that.
wrong.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
I always look at
let-
myself.
Go on.
I was literally about to say, like, some people, they make the same mistakes again and again because they don't. I feel like it's a subconscious thing. Sometimes you attract people on a subconscious level for whatever, like, personal self-esteem issues you have. And I feel like until you find the root or the reason as to why you continue attracting certain people, no matter how old you get, no matter how many times you date people and they keep on doing the same things, it's just going to keep on happening. So I think that's why some women, they find themselves when they're like 28 or 30, still not, let's say their goal is to get married or to have like a family, they're still not able to achieve that because of those reasons.
Well, can I add to that?
You're going.
Oh, I was gonna say as well. I think that's also. I think that's a good point. And I feel like you need perspective because, like, with me, I'm a bit older, but like I have friends that have kids that are married, and it's
Same.
like when I say, obviously I'm single, goddamn. But when you look around, it's like, oh, so this is how. Like, if you start just like looking into how they got together and their mentality, you start realizing like the more you kind of surround yourself with different types of people, you have a different perspective, and you can really think, okay, how can I improve myself, or what am I doing wrong? Whereas sometimes when you're hanging out with the same type of people and you're all going through the same thing, it's a bit like you kind of are who you hang out with. Not to say that obviously like guys do play a lot of women, let's be real.
Yeah.
But you have to just gain a lot of perspective, not even just from black people, other races, because other races might like deal with things differently. So I feel like I need to take my own advice a bit more. But yeah, I feel like that helps as well.
No, it's true because if you're usually married women will be around other married women. Do you get what I'm saying? Girls that are throwing box are usually around other girls throwing box. Do you get what I'm saying? It's not like, so if you really are a woman, maybe you're single and you're thinking, raw, like, how do I like get a guy that's gonna commit to me, or I want to get married, have that thing? You need to be around married women to see how they operate, how they are with men, and what kind of men they pick. There you
No,
go.
100%.
It's simple.
I think
Stop listening to your 304 friends.
Self-awareness plays a big part in that. Like, I've been on a journey as well. Like, in the past, like 4 or 5 years, like, I lost my dad 5 years ago, and that sort of was like a big shock to the system, and it just led me to just go inward. And I was just like, I need to just, center myself and just discover more about me. I think I'm the reason why this isn't. I mean, obviously, everyone plays a part, but I know that I played a big part in the reasons why my relationship didn't last, or my relationship didn't
What's the reason?
do what I don't know, but I think I just didn't know myself. Like, I know I'm much happier.
I was just about to say
in
that.
myself now as I am, and it's like, and then I'm attracting people, and they're like, yeah, I want to get to know you, and I'm like, you know what? No, I'm not on that yet. Because when I feel that connection, when I feel that vibe, and I feel it's right, I'm gonna be like, yeah, okay, let's do this. But at the moment, I'm just really happy just being on my own and just on this discovery of self, because it's just very enlightening. And it's like, I think we as women from a young age, we're pressured to feel like we need to do certain things by a certain age. Like, you need to finish school by this age, you need to get a degree by this age, you need to have a man by this age, you need to have children by this age.
But you do need to do certain things by a certain age.
Because you're
Just the same-
I don't
just the same way-
I don't think that.
Hold on. It don't matter.
I mean,
like,
it depends on what you're.
Hold on.
Okay, go on.
Bruv, yeah? Listen, yeah? You do need to do, everybody, men and women have to do certain things by certain ages, because guess what? Your opportunities just dry up. They just do. Like, that's reality, bro. It doesn't matter what you think or how you feel about it. It is. Guess what? I played American football in America, and guess what? you get to a certain age where you can't compete anymore. It doesn't matter how bad you want to play or how much passion you have. You just can't. Your body just physically can't do it. You can't compete with the younger ones because they just got youth on their side. And it's a hard pill to swallow, but it's just the reality. It's just the same way, like, what's it? As a woman, yeah, boom. As a woman, the natural body biological imperative for human beings is to reproduce, right? Right? So at a certain age, unfortunately, whether however anyone feels about it, women stop producing eggs, like the menopause, whatever. So yes, there is a deadline for women to have children.
But can I say something quickly? There's a deadline if you believe it in your head. So if you're constantly saying, I can't breed. I see 40-year-olds breeding. I see a 50-year-old breeding. Do you get what I'm saying? If you believe society that at a certain age you can't breed, your eggs are going to disappear. But if you go and see Cleopatra now, she'll go breed all heap of people at 50-year-old. Do you understand? And it's in your head limited. A 50-year-old can look 30. Age is just a number. You're limiting yourself in your head.
Age is not a number because I just gave you an example of a physical, biological thing that when you're older, no, bruv. When you're older, your body's not the same. Your body's not the same at 35 as it was when you was 22 or 18. It's not. It don't matter how much you believe it is, bruh. Your body ages, bro. Like it takes its time takes its toll. So if you have this mindset of, I'm 55 years old, but I believe I can start a family now, bruv.
Then
that's a joke thing, really. Like that's a joke thing. It's not, bro. What is the typical lifespan of the average human being? What's the typical lifespan?
70 maybe.
70 years old.
80.
So if you okay, let's just say 75, just to 75, yeah, cool. So you're gonna get to 55 and think, let me start a family now, bruv. Bro, that's not really smart, is it? Especially when, science, let's say science says that the best years for a woman to have a child is between, let's say between 18 and 30. So why did you leave that window open to throw box around? And then, now I'm 55, let me start a family. It's ridiculous. And after that, think about that. The chances, now obviously there's always exceptions to everything, yeah? But the chances of some kind of complication is higher. You're at a higher risk if you try to have children at an older age. It's called geriatric pregnancy. Do you get what I'm saying? For a reason. So I get what you're saying. We're having this positive thinking. Yeah, you should have positive thinking.
I just have a little bit of a negative feeling when the man is talking about a lot of women's gynecological.
No, but it's biology. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
How do you know all this stuff? Are you a doctor?
Biology. It's biology, bro.
No, for real.
There's books written about that, bro. Women write books about it, bro. Like just because I'm a man doesn't mean I can't learn these things and express them myself.
I never said that. No,
but you're saying you feel some type of way. Why?
I think
you shouldn't feel nothing, but the truth is the truth.
I get both of you because I feel like when men talk about like periods or like fertility, it's a bit like, guys, we already know there's pressure. Like, shut up.
Like,
and also, you don't understand because you can't experience it.
Okay, and when women talk, and then when women like to laugh at men and say, "Oh yeah, his willy's too small."
We don't do that.
But that's not the same thing.
We don't do it to your face.
Don't do that.
We don't do it to your face, and not like that.
Women don't do that.
Especially not to your face. Maybe in the group, maybe the group chat, but I'm not going to talk about it to your face.
But women don't do that. But I've done loads of reaction videos where women have sat down on podcasts just like we're doing. But yeah, that's them. And so the same way men can say what they say as well. It's an equal world. Equality, right?
Nah. Can I just say something?
Oh, okay.
Gender roles.
There's men who's over 50 that keep breeding, healthy pickney. So if they can do it, different. So can a woman, no?
That's different. Though.
No,
what the hell are you talking about?
Come on, your ex guy up. We all know this. Like you stop.
What? Because older men breed and have kids. That means older women can do the same. No, automatically.
I'm saying if it's possible for a man, it must obviously.
It's possible,
it's
but
possible,
it's not.
But it's unlikely.
Yeah.
If you're banking on that, that's not a good risk you're taking. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? So, what do you want? What do you think about? Why are you being quiet for, man?
I'm just like taking in everyone's reflections and
psychology,
and understandings of things.
So, what do you think about what's been said so far?
I think there's a lot that's been said so far. So,
what stuck out to you so far?
Okay, what stuck out to me so far is Can you hear me? I don't know.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Is the thing about like having children older, being like a geriatric parent, as you put it.
Pregnancy.
Yeah. So I do know that I think geriatric pregnancy, not that I agree with this term, but starts from 35. That's what's classed as a geriatric pregnancy. And I do get what you mean about like, you know, if you think that you can have a child and you just keep trying, then maybe you can, but also like biologically, but after 40 something, it's a bit...
What I did want to say is I actually have aunties that breed in their 40s. When you look at them, you don't even know they're 40 or 50. They look my age.
That's fine.
That's the thing about black people. You might be 50, but you don't look it. You look 30. You see her walk through the door, you think she's 30 and she's just bred and she's 45 years old. She's just had her 6th picnic.
But that doesn't...
So what do you have to say about that? What do you have to say about that?
Scientifically, after you've had your first kid, it's easier to actually get pregnant again. So if you haven't had your first kid by, I think, 33, your chances get like it's when you don't have your first pregnancy, because it's like your body's trying to figure out like how it works. So when you've had it once, it's especially like right after childbirth, it's actually within the first 6-month period gap, it's actually even quicker to get pregnant again. That's why sometimes people have like kids right after, because they just don't see it coming, because it's like your body knows like how to like kind of get the egg fertilized, if that makes sense.
Awesome sauce.
I mean...
I'll just say this, like, okay, I get what you're saying, and listen, this happens. Like, I'm from West African descent. You know, I'm from Nigerian descent. These things happen. Like, you have these older people when they're having their first child, and it happens. Like, but if you're banking on that, I think that's a high risk to take. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And why would you forego your best years when you're the strongest, most healthy you're going to be, to go and have a geriatric why?
Yeah,
Why
but you
would
don't want to be a
do
baby
that?
mum.
Like,
You don't want to be a baby mum.
I feel like there's a lot of...
hold on. Hold on. Yeah, hold on.
I feel like there's a lot of complications in this. I don't know if we want to stick with pregnancy, but also I think you have to be careful with what you say, because there are people that, like, for example, really want to focus on their career and stuff.
I was just going to say that.
I might wait that time, and time unfortunately isn't on their side in terms of pregnancy. So I feel like we all need to be like very careful about, you know, informing people to say that they can have children at 50 and stuff, when that's like highly unlikely. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's just, it's highly unlikely.
It's kind of like your head's in the clouds
like
a little
me,
bit.
I've
Like,
never
just be realistic. Like,
but
it's not
also,
safe either.
But I do think that we should take into account that, you know, people don't have children in earlier years, and you're the one that's told me this, that growing up in a single household is worse for a child than growing up in a 2-parent household. So obviously, to prevent that, people have children a bit later so that they can be with their partner, see if they can like co-parent and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but okay,
so
if you want to go on that, yeah, go on.
At 18, let's say 18 to 25, I'm going to say, most people do not find their lifelong partner in those years.
And why is that?
I don't know why
But
that
it's
is.
serious.
Because you haven't fully matured. You haven't fully matured.
People are discovering themselves. People are seeing who they are, who they want to be.
Throwing box around,
No, not that.
People don't have money either.
Going to the club,
I've never thrown box around.
Nobody is.
I'm not talking about you, fam.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just using myself. I'm using myself as an example. I've never thrown box around, but between 18 and 25,
Never, not even once.
No, I'm not throwing my box around. But
Not even once.
Box,
no,
what exactly
I don't
do you
throw my
mean?
box
The
around.
box is sacred.
Anyway,
The box, man.
anyway,
You know what
why
the
do
box
these
is,
people
bruv.
But between 18 and 25,
Hey, everyone in the chat, write box, bruv. You know what box is, bruv.
between 18
Playing around.
and 25, I was just discovering myself, like, and who I would have liked at 18.
So you didn't talk to no guys, no relationship, no boyfriend?
No, I have spoken to guys, but the guy that I was liked at 18 and the guys that I would like now are completely different people.
I agree.
In that time, you learn about yourself, like, I don't know, you go to uni, you go to work, you go to wherever, you meet different people, and so
the guy that you was dealing with when you was younger, was he, like, how would you describe him? Do you think was he tall?
No, he wasn't actually.
He wasn't tall.
Was
he
all of us
attractive? Hold
individually.
on, let me just say, was he attractive?
Yeah.
He was attractive.
He was attractive, but he wasn't tall.
Okay.
He was like, he was
Three names.
like,
Okay, he's an attractive guy.
Well, can I add to our point
Go on,
quickly?
go on.
It's interesting what you... I keep saying that. But it was interesting what you said, yeah, because once again, perspective. So, like, I hang out with a majority of black people, and a lot of, like, my friends may have had their kids in their 20s. Okay, I'm 30, guys. Oh, yeah, 30. And then, like, I may have been on set, like doing some stuff, and I've like met quite a lot of white people, like white women, should I say. And when I talk about like having kids, I'm like, oh, like when do you guys want to have kids? A lot of them were quite young as well, but they were like, oh, I want to have it in my 30s because like my 20s is just for having fun and all this stuff. And when I heard that, at first I was like, what? It was foreign. I was like, oh. And obviously like everyone's different. I'm not making it a race thing, but I was like, because I don't really have white friends like that, when I got to know them, I was like, oh, snap. Like, they want their kids in their 30s.
Do you think
this
that's
is
smart?
Different. It's not about smart. It's up to everyone's.
Okay, what is your opinion of that? Do you think that's a good?
I think because I'm 13 years old, I don't judge it because life happens. You could be with someone for like 3 or 4 years, and then something bad happens, and it's like, crap, this was the person I was going to be with. Tragedies happen, things happen. I want a kid soon, yes, but I wouldn't say it's not smart or it is smart. I just feel like if you have like a certain plan, or if
okay, do you think it's
generational
optimal?
thing.
Do you think it's optimal? What age range do you think is optimal to have children?
It depends on your situation. Like I
no,
really
but
do.
what in your mind? What age range do you think is optimal?
Okay, I thought 27. I wanted kids at 27. I was like, yeah, 27 is a nice age. You have your shit together, da da da. But I'm 30, so it's like, okay, cool, whatever. So yeah, but preferably in the next 3 years, I'm like, come on, girl, like.
I got you. Go on, your time.
No, I was going to say, I think it's more of a generational thing because I find as like when you look over the span of time and like humanity, things have obviously changed and like the way that we live has changed. But it's like I feel like now the generations that we have now, like the younger generation and generations before them, maybe not dating as far as back as me, but maybe you could probably include my generation. But it's like I feel like we rush into things, or they rushed into things. It's like you get with a partner, you've been with them for a certain amount of time, and then it's like you have kids, and it's like you feel like you love this person, and then you have a kid with them, and then suddenly you discover all this stuff that you don't like about them because now you're parents, and their parenting style might be similar to yours, and then now you're in a situation where you hate each other, and you've now got to raise a human being. Do you know what I mean? So it's like I feel like a lot of the time when it comes to having kids and being in a relationship with someone, people rush into things. It's like you should spend more time focusing on getting with someone that you really align with, that okay, yeah, I want to make human beings with this person. I'm going to have to be with them for the rest of my life. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like you might say you love someone, because for me, for example, I got with someone very young when I was 18, and I was with them for 10 years, and I thought, them times I still didn't even know myself. Like I wasn't calling myself pansexual then. I didn't know. Do you know what I mean? I was still confused. Like not one knew because I wasn't really talking about it like that. But that's my own personal trauma. But like I was with them for 10 years. I thought, oh yeah, we're going to get married. We're going to have kids. And it's like so many things about us over the period of time that we were together, we discovered. And it just got to a point where we just weren't aligning. And we went our separate ways. And it's like, he's happier now in his life and I'm happier now in mine.
Can I say one thing though? You see the difference between like probably like the older generations, like our grandparents, and now they had a sense of duty.
That's what I was just gonna say as well.
No, but you're saying people are rushing into things. I want to say this thing, yeah. They rushed into things because they was getting married and having kids early. So really and truly, when you look at it now in our era now, a lot of people, not just girls, boys and girls, they're just messing around, sleeping around, but we did it for too long.
And then they end up in that situation,
too long, and then it's like, I'm fine, and I'm not saying that's what you're doing, but a lot of them will say, I'm finding myself, I'm trying to get to know myself. You're throwing box, bro, or you're throwing willy. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what you're really doing. And, society, the media, everything in our society now, it actually promotes that and pushes that like, don't listen to old people. They don't know nothing. Just live your life. Like, no one can judge you or tell you what you're doing is wrong. But, bruv, there is wrong because if you look at the way society is, there's bare single mamas, bare baby mamas, bare guys just running around, don't know themselves, bare men are effeminate now, just are not even men, not even building anything, especially in the black community. Let's come on, bruv. Black community, every single boy, you if you go to any kind of inner city secondary school, ask the black boys what they want to be. I want to be a rapper. I want to play football, bruv. They're not builders. They're not innovators. They're not thinking of anything outside the box. And a lot of them turn to trapping because they don't even have no guidance because they don't know dad. Or they don't have the older brothers or the older guys that are around them. They don't know no better either, bruv. And they're looking up to them. These guys have already failed in life. Do you get what I'm saying? This is how it is. My life, me personally, I'm lucky. Bruh. I was going down the exact same road. I wanted to be a rapper, and I did sports for a long period of time in my life. Do you know what I'm saying? It's only by God's grace I really got patterned, and my mind got patterned. Do you get what I'm saying? But I was going down the same route. I was smoking. I was just addictions, like all of that crap. You know what I'm saying? Like petty crime, getting arrested. I would get arrested on a Monday, get arrested on a Friday, bruv. I was going through that stuff. And my, madnesses, like, do you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, when we talk about this, I'm finding myself, don't rush into. I actually think we do need to, especially in our community, we do need to rush into actually becoming adults and actually doing the right thing.
Facts.
Because all this, I'm finding my energies
but that's
and all of this.
separate from being in a relationship.
No, it ain't, bruv. It's all tied together,
no, it's
bruv.
not, because
it's all tied together.
You can't rush into a relationship and start having a relationship with someone if you don't know yourself.
No, but I'm saying
You're still fighting.
No, listen. What I'm saying is, you just messing around or just being a free spirit or whatever for too long is not the way to do it, because you waste bare time, bruv. Maybe from initially, maybe you should pick the guys based on what is his background, what is his moral compass, is he family orientated, what does he want to do with his life. If you're picking guys based on he's tall, he's good looking, he's funny, and he makes my box wet, bro, you're gonna find trouble, bro.
Yeah, but
and
you
that's
can't
what
be in a
happens to a lot of chicks, bro.
You can't be in a relationship with someone you don't find attractive.
Yeah, and
you're gonna feel like you're being
and then
great.
end up a baby mama, because a lot of baby mamas had that same mentality.
I hear that, but
Go on, I want to hear the rebuttal. Go on. Go on, I want to hear this. Go on. Because it's the same story. It's the same cycle.
Yeah, but I'm sorry, I can't.
Bro,
not me. I can't be
even in my own
attractive.
family, bro. Like my own family, there's girls in my family did the exact same thing. Like this isn't, bro. This is not me just talking off my own. Oh yeah, I saw this on the internet, bruv. Bro, I've messed with girls that, they just slept with me straight, quick, just because of they just found me attractive, whatever. Boom,
what's
boom,
wrong
boom. They don't know, bro. But like, really and truly, be real though. Like, I'm just selling them a dream.
Okay.
I'll be real. Listen, I've said it bare times in my video. Bro, in my life, I've been a scumbag, bro. I've done a lot of scummy shit.
Are you Tyrone?
If you know you got it like that,
it's not for me to say.
Why did you have to sell the dream if you know you had it easy? Why did you still have to sell that dream? You know she was going to give it to you.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, listen, even a girl that's average to below average, she's got options as well. Every girl here, every woman here has got options.
But you jump into an assumption.
No, listen. You see, I'm trying to bring you into the mind of a man, innit? And you're trying to tell me what it is. I'm telling you what it is, bro. At the end of the day, even the Tyrone, yeah, if you compare his success getting laid to the average woman, you can't compare it, bruv. Because the average woman out there, she's getting thrown willy every day by numerous men. Men that are rich, men that are poor. Men that are tall, men that are short. Men that are good looking, men that are ugly. Bro, the Tyrone, yeah, he's doing better than the average guy, but every single woman out here could go out there and get sex just like that. Can I do that? And I'm not a short guy, and I'm not broke.
Yeah.
But could I necessarily go and get it just like that?
Yes, you can. Go to a club and find a horse.
Bro, you're not realistic, bro.
That's realistic. Go to a club, she'll drop her panties straight away.
Every girl gets moved to.
Oily past slugging at the fucking club.
Not all girls have it that easy, by the way.
Everyone's got a different perception because it's all based on their own reality, innit?
It's not. Okay,
you think girls get that easy, same way you...
I'm not saying you're getting the top tier guys. I'm saying you can get it. I'm not saying like the guys that you necessarily want. I'm saying you could get, if you just felt like, you know what, I just want to smash anything. I don't care. I just want to smash a dude. Yeah. You could go and do it right now.
I hear it.
You could literally go up to a guy and say, you know what, I'm trying to beat. Are you on it? Most men will say yes.
But the bottom 10% of girls are not.
If I was to go downstairs and do the same thing to the average one, bro, I might catch a charge, bruv.
Okay, but the bottom 10% of girls, do you think they're getting moved to even by an ugly guy?
An alcoholic, bruv. She would give it up.
Okay, but if the girl was really
let's not just be labeling the alcoholics as slags out here. Like that's a bit mean, Demetra.
No, can I add
Come on, let's disclaimer: not all alcoholics are slags.
Okay, women have more options in terms of the sexual attention, but the truth is, majority of women are not looking for sexual attention. A lot of women look for relationship, and only the man has the power to make you their girlfriend, unless you're going to be the one to ask them out.
I agree with that. I'm just stating like the reality of like access. That's all I'm doing. You get what I'm saying? The reality of access, and also the fact that you get so many advances every day. The chances of you getting what you want is actually quite high because you get so much advances from everywhere. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but the thing is, not necessarily, because just, for example, I could have 10 guys. The truth is, the 8 of them are probably going to be shit. So what I'm trying to say is...
but you only need one, though.
Yeah, I know, but that's up to now you to decide and make the right decision. I agree with you. That's on to you, what you choose to do. But for men to sit there and say like, oh, well, women have the options. Yeah, we have the options, but even the man we want may necessarily not want us. So then where do you go from there?
No,
Also,
but then I'd have to ask you, what's your dating requirements? What's your dating requirements? See, this is where it gets techie because your dating requirements determine what you feel like is the guy that you want to couple up with. Because if you're dating, like for instance, the lady at the back, she said that she's open to everyone. Yeah, we don't know. You know, there is probably some requirements there. There is probably some kind of preferences there. Like everybody's got preferences.
No,
everybody does.
Fair enough, yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Obviously.
But your preferences might be putting you in trouble, bruv.
But not necessarily. Do you know what? This is why I disagree. Because you get the Tyrones, but let's talk about the boys who are not Tyrones but are also emotionally damaged. I feel like the truth is, so many people, come from broken homes. So even necessarily if they're not cheating in your relationships, they have some sort of insecurity, and they're pussies. And a lot of
because they haven't dealt with their trauma.
Yeah, they haven't dealt with their trauma. Yeah. And the truth, the statistics is, I want to tell you the statistics.
She's adjusting
I'm ready, I'm ready because I'm prepared. You know, 1 in 4 black girls get married. So that just goes to show a lot of black men have commitment issues. And that's maybe because... Even when you look at, I think it's 60 to 70% of people come from single family households. So a lot of men don't know what it means to be a real man. So then if they don't know how to be a real man, what makes them think, why should I now settle down for a partner that has issues?
And a lot of women come from them same single parent homes too.
I agree.
And there's more women walking around than there's men.
Yeah,
so
but
obviously,
a lot of those women, those same women come from
hold on. The mathematics.
Led by women.
Listen, mathematics, bruv. There's more women than there are men. Some women are gonna.
There are.
Is there? Because I thought there was less.
Go on, tell me.
I thought there's less women than men.
No, there's more men.
Who agrees with that?
I don't know. I don't know.
So
you said that confidently. I love that. But anyway, boom. Yeah, there's more women than there are men. The pool of what is it? The population of, let's keep it black right now. The population of black people in the UK, what? 3%. 3, you know. So there's more women than there are men already, and then, bruv, at the end of the day, a lot of women are gonna be single regardless, bruv. Just the mathematics. Unless you're gonna go and marry a guy that's already married to someone else and you're gonna do polyamorous, like.
Or marry outside your race.
But we're talking about within our race because we're talking about black men, right?
Yeah.
So obviously, bruv, some women are gonna be locked out, bruv. Then another thing is, what about a lot of the women have put themselves in a situation where they're just not the desirable option anymore, bruv. I'm sorry, you have to keep it real.
What do you mean?
Okay. The weight issue. A lot of women are just not. Bruv, I go gym in it. Listen. I go gym. I'm just keeping it real because at the same time, when women say that men are broke and blah blah blah, bruv, me personally, I'll tell men you shouldn't be broke.
Broke men still get girls though.
Hello. Yeah, and there's reasons for that. And we're going to touch those. Yeah. But let me just say, okay, another issue and another big issue, just like you said earlier, a lot of baby mamas, bro. I'm telling you, me personally, I don't have no kids.
Whose fault is that?
Bruh, it's your fault because you chose the guy, bruv.
Okay. So you're putting no responsibility on the guy. You're putting
I never said that. But I'm saying, bro, like you can't act like you had not. No, listen. Stop interrupting. You can't act like you don't have no accountability in this thing.
You know, all of them were not supposed to be baby mums. Some of them were together first. Like, it's not even like you can't act like all of them decided to be baby mums.
Facts.
Well, however you want to slice it and dice it, I'm sorry, if you're just a baby mama out there, probably the guy that you really, really want, he's probably not going to see you as an option like that because you've already had a child. You've already got a family with somebody else.
That's
Even
childish.
if you're not with the guy.
That's childish.
It's not childish. It's childish to throw your box around irresponsibly.
But if you were in a relationship, that's not throwing your box around irresponsibly. You just didn't work out.
Bruh, and
you could have been together for 10 years.
Okay, cool. And picking guys on based on superficial things is childish as well.
Okay, but if you're actually in a relationship with that person and it just happened years down the line, it just didn't work out, that doesn't mean you were just throwing rocks and you like the wrong person.
But okay, there's a thing called marriage.
Different.
There's a thing called marriage, though. You could get married before and then you can, then boom. Like, listen,
most guys don't want to rush into marriage.
Then you don't have to be with that guy.
So you want me to abort the baby
by then because you've been with him for how many years and now you're pregnant.
It's not too
and you don't
late.
want to marry.
Can I say something?
But why would you abort the baby?
Can I say something? Can I say something? Basically, I feel as if, from my experience in it, I feel as if it comes down to how you was grown up in it. From my experience and from who I hang around with throughout my life, I find that when you're in a black family, some of them don't actually stress to you the importance of settling down, getting married. So me personally, I just went kind of lost. Like, yeah, mumsy, my mum fortunately was a virgin. She married my dad. Boom, I'm here now. Don't know, Virgin Mary, Demetria. Yeah, so that was just, 1%, So then, yeah, she said, like, Demetria, I'm a virgin, but she didn't, like, pound it in my head, like, no, you need to make sure you get married. She just said a couple stories throughout my life. So then I've gone out and I've just gone with the flow, innit?
Yeah, but you saw
it. Also, did your mum and your dad still together?
Hold on, everybody. Not, yeah, I know everyone's getting like, listen, one voice, because again, it just becomes noise. In it, yeah. So everyone just speak one at a time. Go on.
So at that point in time, I've gone with the flow. I'm finding myself. I'm dating. I have ended up breeding and picking one man. But at that particular time, in my head, I was a victim. Why did I pick him? Was he the right man? Why have I put myself in this situation? As the years has gone by and I've got to know myself better, I realized that actually it was my fault. I picked the man. You told me to pick him. I ain't gonna lie. I picked him because he was 6'4". Big up the baby dad. 6'4", light skin, long hair. I ain't gonna lie. No, sir. I never know nothing about him family until after me breed.
Damn.
Then I find out about the truth. Say what?
But why didn't you ask? I don't get it. Like, why? That's actually on you. I'll be so wrong.
No, but that's what she said. She said it was on her. She said it's
no, exactly. No,
fair.
it was on me.
But why didn't you ask though? Like, why didn't you think to ask?
No, I did ask, but little did I know he painted a whole story.
But didn't you meet the family?
Lie. If your family members are dead, I can't really meet them. Unfortunately, his ones were dead. So then it's hard to, you just believe what they say. Do you get what I'm saying?
Fairs.
So
no, I agree with what you're saying as well, because I was raised, like, irrespective of my sexuality and my journey and the journey that I've been on as an individual, like, I was raised by my mother and father, and they were married like the majority of my adult life. Like, unfortunately, obviously, I said earlier, I lost my dad 5 years ago, but my mum and dad, before my dad passed, were married 36 years. So for me, I grew up with that image of like, yeah, like, obviously I've never ever really wanted kids. So I think that's been something that's been maybe a hurdle that I've had to overcome with previous partners. But it's like, even though I don't want kids, I've always wanted to be like, to find that person that you settle down with, that you get married to, that I have the same relationship that my mum and dad had. So I think it does also come down a lot to how you're raised and what example you have that's set before you as you're growing up when you throughout your teenagers. Because for me, throughout my whole childhood, throughout my teenagers, I always had my mum and my dad there. Whereas a lot of teenagers, especially when they come in, obviously I'm a bit different. I'm mixed race. My mum's white, my dad's black. But a lot of teenagers don't have that foundation. A lot of young people don't have that foundation where their mum and dad are always both there in the same household, raising them together. Do you know what I mean? And I think because I had that from a young age, that's what I aim towards. No matter who I end up with, whether it's a person who's black, white, mixed race, whatever, female, male, I want someone that's committed to me, that I know that I'm going to be able to be committed to them, and we're going to, be together for the rest of our lives, irrespective of whether or not we have kids. Do you know what I mean? So I think it does also stem a lot from your family.
Do you think it's harder
childhood.
for you to find someone because you don't want a kid?
Yes.
I hear that. Let me just say this. Hey, there's over 700 people watching. Make sure you all hit the like button, yeah? Every single one of you hit the like button. You know I got the best podcast, bruv. Yeah? The best. Yeah? I'm the only guy here just like repping, bro. You get what I'm saying? I'm repping well, bro.
Big up the people, them. You don't know.
Yeah. So all of you, listen, all of you, please, yeah? Put it on me, bro. Yeah. Everyone, all of you, hit the like button, yeah? I'm checking it now, bruv. Like, there's over 700 of you, like, so don't mess around, yeah? So, boom. All right. And also, I'm going to shout out the super chats in a minute, man. So, you lot, please keep hitting the super chat. Cashapp, # KingRichez1, done now. All right. So, I want to say this, yeah? So this podcast really is about black guys having it hard, yeah? And I think a lot of the ladies here have kind of put it across as, nah, that's not true. I want to say this thing, yeah? the reason why I think that it's harder for black guys in respect to like our other male counterparts, this isn't really about men versus women. This is more like black men versus other men. Yeah. Like, okay, first of all, if we talk about the base, dating within our community, right? An issue that I think black men have is, number one, this whole hood element. Yeah, this hood, road, street, gangster, roadman, whatever you want to call it, bro. You know what it is, bro. Like, do you get what I'm saying? I'll say personally, on young age, I was fully on that. I want to be this thing. Do you get what I'm saying? We have this reinforcement everywhere. Even black guys that claim that they're learned and everything, boom, 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 they always come out with this story of, oh yeah, I'm from the hood as well, and I came from blah, blah, blah. Like, it's always this thing. And I honestly think, yeah, because I've seen a lot of videos, even recently, bruv, yeah, where grown black women will say things, oh, I don't care, I just want a guy from the hood. I just want a guy that's da-da-da-da-da, yeah? And that actually is very dangerous, because there's a lot of young boys who they listen to that kind of thing, or they see a lot of the girls in their school or whatever, in college or whatever, and they gravitate into gangster boys, trappers, drillers and trappers and blah, blah, blah. And then they go and, you know what, I'm going to do that as well, because those are the guys that are cool. Those are the guys that are winning. Those are the guys that get all the girls. You know what I'm saying? And I think that is something in our...
towards it.
And I think in our community, for some reason, it's just like swept under the rug. Why is that, bro? Do you get what I'm saying? A lot of boys lose their lives or lose their freedom because they're trying to get girls. Or they're trying to get fast money to get girls.
Yeah, to impress.
What do you lot think about that?
I feel like that is true. Like, there is that whole like perception that girls, they want a guy from, well, black girls, like in the black community, they want like a guy from the hood and stuff like that. But there are girls that have never found hood guys attractive. Like, for me, like, for example, I knew in my head, why would I date someone that like is a part of that type of, I don't know, lifestyle. How are you going to provide for me when like it's time for us to get older?
A lot of drillers and trappers are making money, you know?
Okay, but it's illegitimate. So it's like, it's short term, it's not stable, and it can get taken away from you at any time.
When you're young, you don't think about that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I said, how old are you?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think, okay,
18.
You're 18.
Yeah, so when I was
but do you think most girls your age, black girls, do you think they're thinking like that?
No.
That's what I'm saying. So when I was
know that's not true.
I easily fell into the trap, because my first boyfriend, he was roadman, and I wasn't necessarily attracted to him. Like, the fact that he was a roadman didn't attract me to him. There was his personality, and the fact that he made me laugh, and the fact that we got on well, and like we were friends first. Like, all these other things is what attracted me to him. It weren't because he was road, and then it kind of just got to the point where we were together for so long, and I knew that he was a roadman.
Was that the guy that was 10 years?
Yeah, just he's not gonna like this podcast very much.
Bro, you just proved the point right there.
I get what you're
saying.
I
stayed with him.
Do you know what it is though?
Because I
It
loved
doesn't
him.
matter if you stayed with him, bro.
I get what you're
That
saying.
actually makes it worse. Bro, this is what I'm saying. Bro, keep the camera on me right now, bro. Don't switch it.
Keep the camera on my man.
Listen, yeah, it's a problem in our community, bruv.
Yeah.
That it's like we're just and a lot of times it's from outside the community. We get this reinforcement. The movies, music. Yeah. The black guys that are winning are always, they have some kind of gangster element in there, bro. Like, you get what I'm saying? And listen, you lot can think what you lot. I'm not no neek. I don't come from no neek
It's
background.
low-key changing
But
now,
listen, this is the thing.
changing.
Listen, bruv, listen. The thing is, yeah, I got to a point, and especially when I left the country. When I left the country, yeah, this is when you start to really see what the world is saying. Your little corner, your little block is not the whole world, bruv. Yeah, when you start to be around different cultures and different types of people, you start to realize, what I thought was real was garbage. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's why I can confidently talk about this, because, yeah, I've sold this, sold that. Someone's done something bad to me, and I've done bad things to other people, and I've been in prison, not in prison, but locked up and in jail, like arrested and nicked loads of times. Do you get what I'm saying? This ain't a joke thing. Do you get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I know that this is garbage. That whole lifestyle is garbage, and it's a tragedy. It's a tragedy that our community glamorizes it to the point where if you don't have that element to you, you're square.
100%.
You're lame. It's like. Bro,
There's
they
nothing
have
glamorous about
songs.
it.
They have songs where guys who are drillers and trappers will say, "Oh, your man's a square. He's a lame because he's not like me." And girls are dancing in the video, shaking.
That's just because
Like-
they're getting paid, though.
Ooh, can I add to,
Yeah, but it trickles
To
into
their-
real life.
I know.
It is real life.
And this is what I'm saying. There's always a but really and truly, you know, it's true. Blood, you was with one for 10 years, bro. What are you talking about, bruv? Like if everyone was most times, yeah, if I ask black girls, have you dated a guy that's one of those type of guys? Yes.
Because there's better them.
Well, can I add?
Yeah, but
can
you
I add?
don't have to be with one of them though. It's a choice.
But that's
True.
what
We
I
weren't
was
like that when we
saying,
met,
though.
though.
Hold on, can I say
Just-
something
yeah.
quickly?
Go on.
Thanks. I feel like I kind of want to focus a bit on the solution, and I feel like when it comes to black men and them going through a lot of stuff, because I kind of want to focus on black because we always go back to the dating thing.
Yeah.
I feel like the system was built to tear the black man down and the black
100%,
woman. But
100%.
So we have to take responsibility, but at the same time, it's literally built for us to fight each other, for us to fail, for us to glamorize sex, drugs, everything, money, like gold, all that stuff. And it really does start with just reading. And obviously, sometimes like reading sounds boring, but we've got to find a way to inspire people, maybe by like reading self-development books or finding books
Let me
that
tell
they're
you one
actually
thing.
interested in.
If most black girls was like, we don't date drillers and trappers and criminals, a lot
but
of black
it's
boys
about-
won't be
No,
It's
but
also
let me-
a
about
lot of black boys
education.
won't
It's
be
about
drillers,
education of
trappers
the
and criminals,
youth. If you
bruv.
don't teach
It's
the
about
youth any other way, then they're just going to
exactly.
keep repeating the same mistakes that
Bro,
their
you can tell.
forefathers did.
Listen, my mum told me to stay indoors and read my books, and guess what?
But
I
that's
was more.
not
I was
what-
listening
That's
to my
different.
No, but
friends and what girls
it
were
doesn't
saying.
stop with the
more.
mum and dad.
Exactly.
It
It's
needs to
not
come out.
different.
It needs to spill out into the community. It needs to be teachers. It needs to be mentors. It needs to be everybody that is responsible for the youth in some sort of way. If you care for young people, like I have a nephew, I care for his well-being. I care for how he's going to grow up in the community today, because like he's mixed race. Like he might not look Nigerian, but he's got Nigerian blood in him. That's where my dad was from. So we have to educate him. Me and my sister, we've played a big part in telling him where he's from, who he is, and you know. And it starts at home. It doesn't just start, and it starts with
I
every
agree.
single leader in the community taking responsibility for the youth, not just parents.
I'm going to go to you straight after. And guess who a lot of the leaders in the black community are? Rappers.
No, they're not.
No, it is. Because when anything happens, if you notice, yeah, when anything happens, any kind of crazy thing happens in society, we always got to get the rapper's opinion. Why?
That's the media.
Give examples.
Yeah, and guess what? People are brainwashed or influenced by the media. That's why people are called social media influencers, because they're influencing. The music influences
But then
you.
that's why
The
there's
movies
channels like this,
Exactly.
and so many
Yeah,
others
but-
like this
yeah, but
that are
guess
used
what?
to,
Yeah, and there's-
educate people in a different way,
Bruh,
because it
and
doesn't
then-
have to be the mainstream.
Bro. And the biggest channels are the biggest podcasts you usually see are who are usually the hosts of those podcasts? Rappers.
Yeah, but men
Yes,
choose
it
to
is
idolize them,
that.
though.
What?
Men choose to idolize them, though,
It's
because
a
the truth
choice.
is,
What rapper hosts a podcast?
because
There's Joe Budden. There's the one with Noriega. There's loads of them.
Okay,
bruv.
but
There's loads
people
of
like
them.
me didn't know
There's
they were
loads of them.
rappers before that. I just knew him as a podcaster. I had no idea these men rap.
What I wanted to
Okay.
interject
Pump
was,
it up.
I feel
Okay.
like what I wanted to interject was, I feel like the issue with the black community is that we don't understand the concept between long-term gratification and short-term. I feel like we haven't been taught from a young age that, you know, all of this flashy stuff, like that you get quick money, like that doesn't last. It's not a long-term thing. And it's like, even if it lasts, it's at a cost. So it's like, I feel like if we put more effort as a community to actually teach children the value of like learning how to withhold from short-term gratification, it will ripple into all of these like
Do you know what it is? It's not
issues
a fault
that we
though.
have.
I want to get your.
I knew you was like,
Go on.
I think this conversation is a little bit unfair
Go on.
because it is not just black people,
No.
black men that are rappers and trappers and whatever you want to call it. Do you think that there's not white rappers and trappers? What about little Asbo
The white
kids?
community.
Asbo kids
Bruh.
from more up north where that we are
Bruh.
all
not as
black.
big for them,
So sorry, I was just double checking. So obviously the community of people we see are the black people. The music we listen to are from black people. But do you not think that, what do you think most of prison is black people? No, it's not. Like,
I never said
why?
that.
No, I know, but you're saying it like black people are these like
only influenced by their race, but they're influenced by the other races as well, and they don't help themselves.
And also,
can I say something?
Do you think? Oh yeah, sorry, my bad.
I wanted to say it stems down to the home. Me as a mother, as soon as I bred, I changed. I'm not playing these trap music. I used to listen to all of that dance hall. I'm all about that twerking, batty rider, the whole of the thing. Soon as I bred, I had to cut out the rascal. I had to cut out the bashment. I had to cut out all of those negative tunes. I'm not allowing my youths. I'm not watching them type of podcasts. What I'm showing in front of them is just straight greatness. So I had to take myself away. If you go on YouTube and type in On the Roads, Demetra Niku, you will see that I used to be a rebel. Do you understand? That's a music video of mine when I was between 13 to 17. I was on the roads. I was a rebel. Yeah, I used to date drug dealers. Do you get what I'm saying? But soon as I bred, I became more conscious. The veil was lifted. I changed. Do you get what I'm saying? And I'm not going to I'm going to try my hardest not to expose my youths. And the way to not do that is to take them out of the environment where there's drug dealers. I'm not going to put them in a school. I'm not going to keep them in the area. Where I grew up, enough people died on my road. My youths don't live there. My youths live nowhere near I grew up. Do you get what I'm saying?
When you're trying to shout at your kids too much, they always run back to the end of the day. Because I feel like my parents did that to me. Like, I grew up with my mum and my dad or whatever, and I grew up in ends or whatever. I don't live in ends anymore, but like they tried. Like, I was quite sheltered growing up. I didn't really know. Like, there was beef in my area and whatnot, but I didn't really know what was going on. I didn't know about who was beefing who were drug dealers on the road. Like, they would say hi to me, and I didn't even know they were drug dealers. You know what I mean? But I feel like when I grew up older, it was kind of like I had to find out these stuff because people around me knew what was going on, and I feel like I was just so behind, like I didn't know what was going on. Do you know what I mean? And I ended up literally going to find these people, not going to find these people, but I ended up being like around it because I wanted to know. It was like a foreign world to me. Do you know what I mean? So you trying to shelter them too much, they can't know about this, they can't know about that. They're going to go find out. They're going to go talk to the drug dealers because it's like, oh, what's your lifestyle like? Do you know what I mean? Because it's so different to what they're used to. Do you know what I mean?
But do you know what I think? What the answer to that is a lot of people who understand that life and understand that that's garbage, like myself, I would like to say, need to come out and say that life is garbage, bruv. All these music videos is a lie, bro. And the problem with a lot of these music videos, and anyone that's watched my channel knows that, but yes, bro, I come from that kind of thing. I come from there, but I have to be real. My eyes are open. Once your eyes are open, it's open, bruv. The problem with like this media, this keeping it real for the culture media, is that black people, when we consume it, we try to live it out in real life. When other communities consume it, they just see it as entertainment. It's just a song. I like that song. It's catchy. Ha ha ha. Yeah. Da 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 da. Now they go back to work on Monday, bruv.
No, I don't.
Do you get what I'm saying?
I don't love this. I'm sorry.
Bro, but you're saying your argument is like, oh yeah, other communities do it as well. Of course, there's always a dysfunctional element in every single community, but it's prevalent. Bro, we're 3% of this country. 3%. Yeah. And I'm sorry, there's the percentage of us that end up incarcerated or involved in this kind of thing in one way or another is too high, bruv. And the rate of single mothers is too high. The rate of guys that don't understand what it is to be a man at the age of 30 is too high, bruv.
But can you really blame us though? Because we looked at our parents. Like, our parents literally came like to the UK more time, if you're first generation or whatever, with nothing. They didn't really have the time to. They couldn't show you what making all this money was or whatever, what good jobs were or whatever, because they didn't have time to do that. They had to grind just so you had a roof over your head. So it's kind of like you had to figure it out for yourself. And then who are you looking up to? You're looking up to the people with money. So you can't really blame us 100%.
I agree with you, but then you get but at the same time you kind of you get to a point where you know what's. I'm not talking about when you're 14. I'm talking about you get to like 20 or 21 or 22 or 23 or 24. You start to, bro, you've seen things as you've come up. Like, do you get what I'm saying? As I said, I was not the person I am right now. Do you get what I'm saying? I was just like everyone else, typical, smoking, like, bro, I stay out all night. Bro, my mum don't know where I've gone.
Same.
Bro. My mom used to try and lock the door, bro. I got the key and I would step out and I would come out. I knew I was gonna get a beating, but you know what? I'm living my movie, bruv.
Yeah.
When I'm out there, I'm living my movie. When I get back, I come back with them punishment. It is what it is, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna do it again. And it got to the point where my mom
locked me out. My dad was like, "I ain't coming in this house.
Bro,
you can't come back at curfew. You can sleep under the carpet." Yeah,
no, that happened to me bare times. Like I would just go up West End. I was South East London. I used to go up West End, yeah, and bruv, just come back whatever, bruv. Yeah, sleep on the doorstep, freezing,
Sleeping on
freezing. That happened
me,
bare
yes.
times. And then you know what? My mum realized that she can't. There's nothing she can do.
No, for real.
Yeah.
There's nothing she can do. Either I'm gonna get it or I'm not gonna get it. And it was just, as I said, it was just grace by grace. Like, you know, I managed to change my life around, but I went through a lot of crap that I shouldn't have, bruv. Do you get what I'm saying? And I missed a lot of opportunities that I should.
For real.
Do you get what I'm saying? A lot of black guys can say the same thing. Do you get what I'm saying? And there's some black guys that still, even to this day, at the age of 30 or 35, what they are, they still have that mentality of road mentality. But I ain't even gonna say certain people's names, but bruh, certain people, bruv. Do you get what I'm saying? So
I still think this is a little bit unfair though.
But this is not the main thing of the show. Though,
I know. But people are just trying to survive. Like I don't agree with it. Like I've never dated a road man, never been on road or anything like that. But you do have to take into consideration that the police generally stop a lot more black people than they do white. So there could be a lot of white boys with like coke, weed, whatever on them. They wouldn't get stopped by the police. And a lot of black boys do.
But if you're not doing nothing, it don't matter, bruv.
Yeah, but obviously that would
bruv.
higher
If you're not doing... No, bruv. Listen, we need to stop making excuses, bruv.
It's not an excuse, it's an explanation.
Okay, it's an explanation for what? Okay, police stop black...
Yeah,
okay,
so obviously...
The police stop black guys. Okay, cool. So, if you're not doing nothing, you get stopped... They waste your time for what? 10 minutes? Cool, move on, bruv.
No, but that's not it. If they're stopping more black people and not stopping white people, then how are white people going to go to jail? Even I've been stopped, and I'm like, well, like,
but it's not about. Yeah, but this is the thing. It's not about white people. It's not about what they're doing, bruv. It's about what you're doing. You have to have accountability for yourself.
Yeah, but more time they're stopping us, irrespective of what we're doing.
This is what keeps black people low, bruv.
Let's pretend only
because a lot of bruv.
Go on.
We've been talking about. Listen, in the black community, they've been talking about this thing for longer than we've been alive, bruv. They've been talking about, they always stop black people. They also, systematic racism. Guess what? And guess what? What is the prevalent music genre now? Drilling and trap drillers.
Yeah, but listen, people
bro, come on,
know, bare white boys listen to that as well.
This is
it don't matter what. This is what I'm saying. But white boys, so what, bruv?
We need to destroy the system.
You need to fix yourself.
I was saying something similar
you need to fix yourself.
Just rip it up and start again.
No, the moral of the story is
you
definitely...
need to fix yourself. That is, hold yourself accountable, bruv. That's what it is.
To all the black boys listening, hold yourself accountable. Concentrate on yourself. Do greatness and don't hang around with these idiots.
That's what I'm saying. Thank you.
Here.
But, all right. So, and the other aspect where I want to kind of rail it back because you're getting, anyway, yeah. Other aspect of why I think black guys have it harder dating within our community. Yeah. So the first one I said the hood element. The second one I said I think that a lot of women in our community may have made some mistakes that may have made them like less of a primary option. Let me put it like that. You're always going to be an option. There's always going to be there'll probably be a guy that will couple up with, you know, overweight or, you know, a woman with children or whatever. Yeah. Or bad attitude. Yeah.
Don't do that.
I know. Don't do that.
Now let's talk about the attitude thing. Because no. I'm just gonna let you lot speak. I'm gonna let you lot run, yeah, because I've been talking. What do you lot think? And I'll want everyone to go around, yeah. What do you lot think when you hear black guys say that? Black chicks have attitude. What do you think about that? I want to start from you. What do you think about that?
Okay, in my head I was thinking cue the
violin.
violin.
Get closer to the mic, closer.
In my head I was thinking cue the violin, like we have attitude, like we're just human, everyone's going through stuff, and if you're a black man who goes through stuff just like a black woman goes through stuff, so just give us a bit of grace. That's it. like cue the violin.
And they never say, "Oh, a black man has attitude." It's always black women have attitude. It's never white women have attitude. It's always us have attitude. If I step into a room and I have an interview and I'm stressed, and I answer a certain person in a certain way, all of a sudden I'm rude or I have attitude. If a white woman stepped in a room and done the same thing, they wouldn't be labeling her with attitude.
Do you think on the whole that all women act exactly the same in terms of attitude?
No.
Pretty much.
No, yes, I do. No, can I say one thing? Can I say one thing? Yes, I do. I do think that we all act exactly the same, irrespective of what race we are. But black women are held to a different standard than white women are. A white woman can do so, a white woman can, I don't know, like be distressed on the train, crying and bawling. Everyone's going to be rushing to her aid. A black woman's doing that, they'll be like, oh, she's mad. Don't go near her. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's labels that society have placed on us.
If she's Spanish, it's sexy.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, it's 100%. But you haven't lived it.
It's not 100%.
You haven't lived it. You're not a woman and you're not a black woman, so you haven't lived it.
You haven't done any research. You're just going off what you think. You've done a research of you've gone out there and got a white woman crying on trains and a black woman crying on trains, and you asked everyone, what do you think of that?
I haven't done that. I've just used that as an example.
You just said I've done the research.
I never said that I went out and done research. I said that I just used that as an example.
But you know there is research about that, like women crying in hospitals and that, and then white women get help more than a black woman.
I'm not saying there isn't. I'm not trying to say that like there is injustices in that respect. But what I'm trying to ask you, in terms of attitude, I'm not talking about the sympathy or that, or because yes, I agree with you. Yeah, if more time, if you have a white woman in a white country like the UK, more time people are gonna have more of a empathy, or I don't know, like benefit of the doubt, or may have a softer opinion. I will agree with that 100%. But let me ask you this on a real one. Honestly, think about your friends. Think about the women you know in real life. Yeah, do you think that the demeanor, if you compare like a lot, obviously it's not all. It's never all. Yeah, never all. But a lot of times when you see like women out there with bad attitudes or just acting up, do you think it is more prevalent with black women? You see that, or do you think it's equal?
It's
you
equal.
See all.
It's equal.
I just think it's 100% equal. Yeah.
It's equal. I just think that it's black women are marginalised in that sense. So you hear about more of like if a black woman does a certain thing. It will get blown up in the media, or do you know what I'm trying to say? It's like
express ourselves differently.
Yeah, and it's like you could be expressing yourself in exactly the same way a white woman does it, but because you're black, it's perceived completely differently.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? It's
black women are demonized in the sense where it's
100%. There was literally a program on the other day. Sorry to interrupt you, like Judy Love. Did you see it, guys? Judy Love. She was speaking to like a load of different black women, different ages. Anyway, it was on this topic. Anyway, I'll let you continue.
Yeah, no, I was just saying black women are demonized in the sense where it's like, oh, black women are like have attitude, black women are aggressive. But what black men fail to realize is that same stereotype that white men are putting onto you, you're putting onto black women. And that's what I feel like black men tend to not get, is that this whole aggressive persona. Or
who do you think created the stereotype?
It's obviously not black men, it's white people.
White privileged people.
White privileged people. But it's like black men should know better to be able to decipher, I'm actually oppressing black women.
Okay, cool. All right, cool. Let's say that's true, yeah. Why is it that a lot of times, when you see when black guys date outside their race, why is it that a lot of times you hear this rhetoric from black women that, oh, you're only dating a white woman because you can walk all over her and she's easier to get, you can just have your way and she ain't gonna test you, she ain't gonna have a backbone, blah blah blah. Why, if what you're saying is true, why do black women come out and say that? If everybody's the same, because you all agreed that everyone's the same. That's what you all said. So that wouldn't make sense, would it?
No, it would, because I feel like black men choose to see what they want to see. Like white women I'm being serious. Like I have white friends in relationships and they do really crazy shit they do really crazy stuff, and it's like, and they're in relationships with black men, but if it was a black woman, that would be the end of the relationship. Like that wouldn't progress any further. And I do genuinely feel like they choose to see what they want to see. And I feel like because they already have their perception of, okay, there's specific like connotations to whiteness, like gentleness and stuff like that, it's easier to overlook these things. Do you
think that there could be a similar effect when black women date white men?
I feel like black women feel pressured. Black women naturally want to date black men.
That's not what I asked you.
I don't.
Do you think there's a similar thing when black women date white men? Do you think there could be an element of, if a black woman is dating a white man, then she may tone it down a little bit because white men stereotypically,
do you know
their community is like less aggressive.
Do you know what? From my experience, obviously, my mum's white, my dad's black. Mumsy, I love you, but I did always.
You mean your mum's black? Black and
Sorry,
your dad's white.
Oh, my bad. How do you know that? Yeah. Alright, that's what I meant. Mumsy's black, dad's white. Yeah. Naturally, I used to see my mum as a bounty. Black on the outside, white in the inside. And I find that a lot of women, even out of my brethrens that date white men, they are naturally toned down.
Yes.
They're more posher when they talk. Like Mumsy, when you talk to her, you'd think she's a white woman on the phone until you see her and she's dark skinned. Do you get what I'm saying? So naturally, she didn't really take the Rago side, the Jamaican side. Like, all her parents are Jamaican. She can't even put an accent properly. Mumsy, I love you. But do you get what I'm saying?
You kept it 1,000%. You kept it because this is the thing. Like, you say all the, because when black guys with white girls, if a white girl does something, he doesn't watch it. But if a black girl was to do it, he's going to say, you got attitude. Bruv, well then, okay, if you want to play that game, when black chicks get with white dudes, they tone it down. That
could have been their personality.
But it's not that they tone it down. They were naturally toned down.
They were
from the beginning.
So that means that
my mumsy was naturally toned down.
Everyone's that it was a cultural fit to begin with.
Yeah.
That person was probably closer to white culture or quote unquote white stereotype.
Which gender is more inclined to be submissive, men or women? Women. So if that's true, if women are more inclined to be submissive for the man that they're with, wouldn't it lend to the idea that a woman's gonna be more inclined to maybe change herself in certain ways to suit the man that she's with? More than a man is going to be more inclined to change himself to be with the woman he wants to be with.
Yes.
But that's not what this is about, though.
It is, because it actually is, because we're talking about, we're saying the black guy, if he's with a white girl, then he's going to change himself and try and act like it's nothing when a white girl has got attitude. But when a black girl,
it's not about him changing himself.
The guy's still the same guy, bro.
That's fine, but it's not about him changing himself. It's about his perception. It's about how he sees
things.
It's not about him changing herself. Same with the woman, that black lady who acts white or whatever. It's not about her toning herself down. That could have been her personality.
It was already a cultural fit to begin with. And something that I wanted to point out, is I see certain like stereotypes. Like, okay, for example, like a Latina woman, she's spicy or whatever. Like when she's being aggressive or rude, but it's like, there's a lot of cultural similarities between like the whole culture of a Latina and the whole culture of most black women. Like whether you're from West Africa or African American, like they have similar, do you know what I mean? Like they have similar like values and stuff like that. So it's like culture. How is you have similar cultural values. So what is the difference? Because they're acting the same.
I think the difference is that we just happen to live in a predominantly white country. Whereas if you was to go to Africa where it's all black people, they ain't going to think the same. Do you get what I'm saying?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's true.
No, that's a good point. All right. I want to move on to something else, yeah? Okay. I think that within our community, why it will be harder for black guys, is I think a lot of these preferences and dating requirements, it can be superimposed on black guys. Do you get what I'm saying? I.e., all right, the guy has to be tall. The guy has to be cool. The guy has to have like a big sausage, a big willy, all these kind of things. I think it's hyper focused on black guys, to be honest. Because if you look at across the board and you look at like white dudes when they're with their white girls or Indian guys when they're with the Indian women, bruh, like you can kind of be average and get away with it and have a nice looking chick. When you're a black guy and you're average, bro, if you ain't got some kind of superpowers, i.e. money or clout, but the chances of you having a bad beat is very, very low. And I'll tell you this from my experience, I've seen Indian guys that just look like any old Indian uncle, bruv, yeah? And his wife, not saying that she's a bad beat, but you know, she'll be like decent for him. Do you get what I'm saying? And then and then obviously I live around a lot of like in a predominantly white area. You see a lot of average looking white boys, and they always got chicks. You know what I'm saying? So what do you lot think about that?
I think it's true.
I don't think.
I feel like a lot of black men are overly sexualized, just like women are overly sexualized. I think, yeah, you're right in terms of like black men do if they don't have like when in terms of dating, in terms of like dating, you can I don't know. It's like I just got distracted, but yeah, I feel like there's a lot of pressure on men like sexually to have a big blah blah blah. If they don't have that, then it's like, oh, what have they got going for them? It's not necessarily true, and it's very superficial. But I can understand why there is pressure. But I feel like there's also pressure on women as well to be like sexually desired. But yeah, definitely on black people in general, a lot of like, oh my God, because even in the media or music videos, it's like, oh, sexy black guy, or oh, he has to be tall, he has to be like
athletic, he has to be tall, he's got to be hench, he's got.
That's not true though.
For the general consensus.
God, you have been quiet. Go on.
No, that's not true because let's even look at rappers. All of them are actually short and they still get
They've
girls.
got money. They've got the money.
The superpower of money and
they've got
clout.
the superpower.
Oh yeah, they're rappers. I forgot. Let me shout out the super chats real quick, man.
Let's go.
Let me shout out the super chats quickly. I appreciate all of you. Yeah. And if you lot hear something mean, please don't take it to heart. It's not my fault. Yeah, it's not my fault. So, no.
How long have you got left?
Not too long. I just want to talk about when black guys date outside the community, and then we'll just finish from there. Just wanna get this up. But yeah, please hit the like button if you haven't done so already. Please hit the like button. We're gonna hit the super chats right now. Yeah. Hold on one sec. One sec, people. All right, cool. Big up Daniel for the super chat. He says, pink headdress, I'm gonna need some fresh headshots.
Go on, yes, man.
You know the vibe.
Tell them where they can find you for the headshots, sis.
Captured by Cage with a K. Captured with a K.
Love that.
All right. Big up to Zorro. He says, women say one thing, then do another. Women don't know what they are actually attracted and aroused by. There are studies to back it. This woman delusional. Big up Zorro again. Single XX.
Sorry, which one is he referring to?
Hold on. Let me just get through this. Big up single in their 20s and so on have been lied by feminist society and been turned into the independent masculine men they always wanted to date. From downtown, big up from downtown. He says, big ups KingRichez, my bro, realest YouTuber in these streets. Anyways, love my brother. Appreciate you, bro. Big up Zorro. He says, don't choose to be single, only choose to be celibate. Big up Daniel. He says, a black man with 15 inches does exist. He's called Mandingo and he's nowhere near 6 foot. Big up Sass Finest. He says, all you modern women are side chicks. Welcome to the culture feminism wanted and created. Shout out to KingRichez. Big up Downtown. He says, experience is the best teacher, but while you're learning, Senator Palpatine is knocking at the door. Mad thing. Yeah. Big up to Michael. He says, shout out to KingRichez, top G. Big up. Big up to Jamie. He says, by that lady's logical, men can get pregnant.
No, sir, you didn't listen to what I said, but men can get pregnant. Men can breed a woman.
Yeah. Big up to Downtown. He says, this lady keeps thinking because a woman looks 30, she's actually 50 means something. No, brother, 50 is 50, no matter how she slice it, LOL.
Nah, fam, 50 is not 50 because black people look young. Don't try it.
Big up the UK. Big up the UK economist. It's all based on the type of husband you want. A successful man wants a younger woman to have more kids. Older women can't attract these men. Big up to Jamie. He says she was throwing box like Santa on Christmas Eve. Big up to UK economy. Please ask guests if it's true that some women choose losers and bad boys when they're younger, but want stable and decent men when they're close to 30.
True.
Do you not agree with that?
Well, I'm 19 and I kind of want the second option. I feel like it just depends when you have that self-awareness and when you wake up. Because some people never wake up. It just depends.
No, I agree. I always wanted it and just got a bit lost.
What about you in the back? You're young. Go on.
I wanted it from the people everyone else wants it from.
You wanted it from the people, the person everyone else wants it from.
Yes, and like you know how everyone wants.
What?
You know how every girl wants this certain type of guy.
Tyrone.
You want
his
the
name's
second.
Tyrone.
Yeah, but you want the second option from Tyrone, pretty much.
And that's
I
where
get
the
what you're
delusion
saying.
starts.
Yeah, exactly.
Just in a relationship for 10 years, guys. Hey.
Big up to the Economist. He says the black community can improve if women choose better men to have kids with. It's not rocket science.
Agreed.
Other communities do it, so there's no excuse.
Mums.
Big up Gus. He says men want quantity, women want quality from the best men she can attain after sex. Your past body count matter a lot to men. Attraction is not symmetrical. Big up Daniel. He says men don't want women with baggage, period. That's on you for picking poorly. No sympathy. Big up Downtown. He says the chick in the yellow and blue dress is lying. The guy didn't paint her a false story. She was mesmerized by his attributes. She clearly said it. How tall was he?
6'4",
There you go.
The way you said
There
it
you
as well,
go.
Demetra.
6'4". Tyrone, yeah. Swinging.
He actually
Swinging.
told me that his name was Tyrone, bro.
Oh,
He actually
God.
lied.
Good,
There
here
you
we
go.
go. Here we go. Here we go.
You can't. Hey, listen. You can't make
Can
it
I
up.
just-
You can't make it
Go
up.
on, let him finish.
All right, cool. Big up to David. He says attention for the women is the same as sex for men. Do the panel agree?
No.
What do you think?
No, Raj could come to me.
Because you keep trying to just lay there and just
Yeah,
not
I'm
say
just sitting
nothing. Go on.
Wait, say it again. Attention for men.
Attention for women. Oh, hold on.
Yeah, attention for women is the same as sex for men. Isn't that what he said?
Attention for women is the same as sex for men.
Okay, I
No.
know. I know I'm a bit of a difficult person, but I feel like
Yes, you are.
But wow. But I feel like it depends on the man because there are, as much as maybe some of us haven't come across them, there are men that don't just want to have sex with loads of different people. At the same way, there's loads of women that don't care for like lots of attention. So it depends on the
Yeah, I
person.
guess that's a
think
good
that's the
answer. No,
majority?
she's right.
Do you think that's a majority?
Well, I don't know because I don't know majority of people.
No, but
In-
I'm just
in
saying,
the
for
commu-
what you know of life since you've been alive, do you
in
think
the
that's a
community of
majority?
people I've come across,
Yeah.
I would say it's probably on par. But also there are
On
some
par, what does that mean?
like on the
50-50?
same, yeah, like the attention and the.
You think only 50% of men want
No,
sex?
not 50%. I'm saying that it's equal in terms of men want sex as much as women want attention.
Bruh.
But
Bruh.
are you not listening to what I'm saying? I said through the people that I know, then I would agree with the statement. But also there's people that I don't know, and there are men that don't care as much about
Okay,
sex,
yeah,
and women that don't care as much about attention. Does that make sense?
Agreed.
Yeah.
So in my community, the answer is yes. But in the world, I haven't met everyone,
Yeah.
so I don't know.
The world
There's
is a big
people that-
place. Yeah.
It can vary. There's people that are really religious. There's people that do you get it? Like,
Okay,
there you go.
cool. Interesting. Big up to Daniel. He says, men don't want women with back. Okay, I said that already. Big up to Steve. He says, can you ask the ladies if, since they find thugs and bad boys more attractive, are they
I never said
too blamed for encouraging young black men to make bad choices?
No.
Do they cause
firstly-
all the stereotypes they complain about?
No, and this is what I wanted to actually touch on. Like, I get the influence of wanting girls, so you go into that lifestyle, but it's like, there's also this, like, the concept of, like, it's a bit patriarchal as well. So it's like, it's actually you also upholding it. So it's like, you also need to take accountability and be like, actually, I don't want to do this, and it's not worth just getting girls.
What do you mean by patriarchal?
Like,
How?
I mean, in the sense where it's like you're saying that girls are influencing you to basically go into this lifestyle, but it's like you are the ones actually doing it. Does that make
That's
sense?
where
So how's it
comes in.
patriarchal if the women are influencing it?
Because it comes from
No,
men.
I'm saying like
what she's
it's
saying.
your, like, you set it up that way. It's not us.
Who set it up?
Men.
Men
Set
are
up what?
following
Set up
it, like,
Your
men.
men
So
fight
men.
the
So
world.
men. So okay, black men set it up so that
Not specifically black
So
men,
you
but
saying-
like I'm saying,
I don't think it's
your-
intentional.
do you get what I'm trying to say? Like,
I don't think that
okay,
makes it patriarchal though.
How is it
To
not
a certain extent, yeah,
patriarchal?
because a lot of drug dealers have drug dealer fathers. So they're following their
it?
dad's footsteps.
I'm not saying like, oh, in following.
I think a
your-
lot of drug dealers have got single mothers.
Oh,
as
look, the
parents.
single mums.
Yeah, but the
Girl.
single moms have been dating
No,
the
that's-
drug dealer
no, but
father
that's true,
that
though.
left them to raise the child on her own while he's out there on the roads.
Okay,
No, it's 'cause they see
why
their mum
did-
struggling.
why did-
Jail.
okay, and it's just like one of the super chats that was said before. Why do you pick Drug dealers have children.
But
babe.
why are you
Drug dealing.
being like?
But why do you care what the drug dealers? There's other guys out there you can pick.
But what I'm trying to say is that
What?
what I'm trying to express is you are still choosing to do that because you feel like it's impressive or it makes you a man or it's like masculinity basically. So I'm saying that you're upholding these standards basically, then getting upset when women are feeding into it. When really you should take accountability for yourself and be an individual and remove yourself. So it has nothing. I mean, obviously women are influenced, but my point is, don't create something and then get upset when it's not working in your favor. Like,
No, I agree.
Like,
Can I add on to it?
I think men need to take account, like guys need to take accountability as well. Absolutely, but I just feel like women don't really take accountability at all in those kind of respects.
But I feel
Women don't
Fair
really.
enough.
When do you? I've never really heard a woman come out and say, "Oh, you women are adding to the problem of crime in the black community
No, but
because
it's
you
your
lot date
choice.
drug dealers and criminals." Bro.
But as a
I've
man,
never
it's
heard
your
that.
choice.
Yeah, but I'm saying, bro, you can hear podcasts or examples of men dissing other men for being broke, dissing other men for not having game, dissing other men for not making the most of their lives.
Yeah.
You don't hear women don't really hold each other accountable like that. You don't.
Yes, we do.
What do you mean?
Where? Show me.
to the
Tell me a
receipts.
channel. I'll look it up.
I actually don't.
Tell me a channel. I'll look it up.
I don't think we
Anybody know
do.
it?
But women focus more on self-reflection, so therefore we don't really need to be like, "Hey sis, you need to do this," because we focus on ourselves.
Other people are already
No, but it's
berating us enough. We don't need to be
true. We
berating
always-
each other. Do you know what I mean?
Brother,
Well,
bro,
the truth
listen.
is, if the truth is who runs the world, girls, then I don't know. If we're the one breeding these men, then I guess we have contributed to it because we're the one that keeps breeding drug dealers. So that has to change.
It takes two, man.
If you're
Yeah, it
living,
takes
I
two,
just
it's
look
not-
at this. If you're living in a underprivileged environment, yeah, you know that this is probably not the best place to start a family, bruv. This may not be the
There
best
you
pool
go.
of guys to
What
pick
Demetra
from.
said earlier, she said she moved her kids out of the environment. Did she not say that? Did you not say that?
Yes,
Yeah,
I
but
did
that was
say
after she already had the kid.
But you know what? You don't
Correct.
know. Hold on, guys.
What are you talking about?
But the thing is, you don't know what you don't know. So it's like
Yeah,
all of us in here,
exactly.
No, for
we're
real,
like
for real.
intelligent and obviously like emotionally intelligent. But
Mm-hmm.
if you're in the end and this is your life, you don't know what you
all
don't
you
know.
see.
That's all your life.
No, for
Until you
real.
have an awakening or until you go through an
Exactly.
experience,
Yeah.
then this is just it.
I agree with that.
Then you realize, like, rah.
I agree with that.
Wait, I
agree
have a
that.
question.
Go on.
But why I want to know is, realistically, yeah, wouldn't it not be easy? Like a lot of people, and I think a lot of women will go out and will be like, "Oh, I'd rather have a kid before marriage," and think that's the easier option. Maybe we should switch that mentality for let's
That's
not
what I was
pop any
saying earlier.
babies. And the truth is, yeah, we have free birth control and you can get condoms, so we can prevent getting
I'm
pregnant.
not even telling you not
if
to not
do-
throw your box. Just don't flip in. You get me? Don't make statistics, bro.
But I also feel like
Go on.
I feel like money is the influence to it all, and social media. I don't necessarily think it's women, and like, because I feel like, look at City Girls, look at like all the the women media, what women are sold to. Like, oh, who cares if the guy is shit? If he's got 100,000, just pop a baby with him, and that's how you live. Like, look at all. You even have celebrity baddies who are basically baby mums, and we idolize them for
Cardi
what
B.
being baby
Yeah.
mums.
Cardi B.
I think we just need to change who our role model is, and we kind of need to like step outside the box, because we want to say white people, but you see other ethnic cultures. Yeah, like I don't see this happening like in the Asian community as much, because I've spoke to like friends, like they believe in like meeting the parents first, and like they take marriage very seriously, and they still live in the UK. They're not affected by
No, you're
the
right.
outside
You're right.
influences, and they
Exactly.
also grew up
Exactly.
in the same
There is.
areas as
100%.
us, because.
There is.
Actually, sorry,
We just need to have a stronger community.
It's a stronger
in my
community,
Hold
a
on.
stronger home. Yeah,
sorry,
I
but
agree.
what you said, like with Asian people or brown people, like because I worked in the NHS at one point and like all my friends were brown. It appears that way, but there's definitely stuff going on. But they
Just
just
don't
not.
know.
It's not on the forefront. It's
Yeah,
not
because
out there
there's
because
this-
there's a lot of them
because
married
there's
but
always
going
like
through a lot of
abuse,
stuff.
yeah.
A lot of them are like my friend, doing a lot of drugs during uni, all of that stuff. But I was like, whoa! But if you don't know, they're basically good at hiding it, keeping it in.
Keeping it in the
Yeah, but
family.
Whereas black people, we're like out there. We need to tell
Keeping it
everyone
quiet.
everything.
Okay, that is true. Like, but at the end of the day, like glamorizing dysfunction is just gonna keep you
No, you're
dysfunctional.
No, I'm not
You're
saying
right.
that. I'm
I
just saying
agree.
it happens in every race. It's just that with black people, we're out there. Because we're influencing rapping, music. We're very influential
with the
worldwide.
culture,
So
yeah.
all our stuff is on the front door. Everyone can see all our failures, are everything, whereas other cultures, they're not as popping as us, like
they're not
in
as
the media.
impactful.
But I'm saying that's the reason why. I'm not saying it's right. It's not right.
No,
but I'm
I
saying
get you, but
everything is out there for us.
I get you, but that's still accountability. Be accountable for
Yeah.
yourself.
You can be, but that's just
day.
what it is. I'm just saying what it is. I'm not saying it's right.
But we can change that though.
Yeah, we
Exactly.
can.
Nothing is set in stone. Like it's your choice. If you want to pick guys like this, it's your choice. If you think, you know what, let me break the mold. I'm not gonna do what all my friends do, or go and find guys in them sort of venues. Let me go somewhere else. Let me try and find a better solution.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Or a better way of doing things. Let me do my part. Because at the end of the day, no individual is gonna save the whole world or save the whole community. You can only do your stuff in your own home. That's it. Do you get what I'm saying?
Facts.
But I just don't think, if we look at it collectively, as a collective, we glorify and glamorize dysfunction, bruv. And we always have an excuse why. It's because of this, it's because of that, blah, blah, blah. Oh, but white people do it as well. So what, bruv? What about you? What about your household? Because you can, you can only have control in your back garden, bruv. You have control over that, bruv. Don't look over the fence and say, oh, well, they do it, so
Don't throw
it's
stones
okay.
if you live in a glass house.
There you go. But anyway, let me just try and finish up. Big up to Zorro. He says, best solution is to bring back fathers into the home.
Yeah.
Bring shame back and call out if something is stupid. The simp epidemic ruined these women. I hear that. But the first thing, fathers, like that. Like, I'll say for me personally, if I had a dad in the home, I wouldn't have been able to do the bad things I was doing, because there would have been I'd have to be accountable to him. My mum can only do so much. She's only one person, bruv. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, my brother and sisters, they already was at the house as soon as they could, because they wanted freedom to go and do whatever crap they wanted to do. And that's another thing. A lot of us kids, we're so desperate to get out of the house to go and what? Throw willy and throw box around. That's the reality, bruv. That's why in our community, as soon as I got out of the house, I was living on my own from 17. I was living on my own from 15. How many times you always hear that same story? And guess what? What are you? A baby mama. What are you?
That's not true.
No, listen. I was going to say the male counterparts as well. The male, you haven't built nothing, you're failure, bruv. Like, this is a constant cycle that keeps happening. And because we get upset and get in our emotions, how can you call us that? Bro, the facts, the statistics and facts are there, bro. Like,
but why
it doesn't matter how you feel about it, bro. It's the facts.
But why are teenagers having to move out at 17 in the black community? That's obviously something that isn't necessarily about being like not
kids
being
are having
introspective.
Kids are having
saying
kids.
like
That's why.
No, but there are people that have to move out due to other circumstances that has nothing to do with
Toxic parenthood.
Yeah,
toxic parenthood, and I feel like that's more prevalent
And those people, those toxic parents shouldn't have had kids. They shouldn't have had kids, bro, because they obviously wasn't in the position to do it. They wasn't equipped to do it mentally or financially.
Okay, but if you're an immigrant, you come to this country, there's a high chance you're going to be toxic to an extent because you're trying to parent a child in England. Like, you don't have the same cultural background. So it's like children that are 17 may have to move up to those things. Like, it's not necessarily what you're saying.
Yeah, the whole like first generation aspect, I've talked about that as well.
Yeah.
And I've said this in another video as well, that a lot of our parents, if you're first generation like I am, you was born here, but your parents were not born here. They were raised in a completely different culture, usually African or Caribbean or whatever. Our parents usually don't have a clue of what we're going, how we're living, how we're growing up.
Yeah.
All they know is read your book. That's all they know how to say. Bad company, stay away from bad company. But they don't have a clue they don't even know what the schools are like.
Yeah.
They're thinking of their life back in the day in another country, bruv.
So that obviously impacts how we're able
And they're
to
broke.
grow. Yeah, so that obviously impacts how
Not everyone.
that obviously
There's exceptions, but bro, we don't live
For the
by
most,
exceptions, bruv.
first.
Yeah, but that obviously impacts how we're able to grow as adults who can make good decisions for ourselves. Like, so it's not just about women, it's the whole thing, like, as being the 3% in the UK, like, it's the whole thing as a whole.
I hear you. Let me just try and run through these. All right, cool. NSX says, wait till 35 for kids is like playing in lottery. Fertilization harder. Defects and miscarriage far more likely. 18% IVF success rate after 34. Big up Zorro. He says, victim mentality is a huge issue. Makes you look weak as F. There is no law, privilege, opportunity that a white man has that you don't. Stop living delusional. Shake my head. Big up Young Lex. He says, respect to these sisters. They've been keeping it real. Big up. Yeah,
you.
respect. Big up to the guest though. I appreciate the guest. I know that I've
big up yourselves, girls. Big up yourselves.
Yeah, big up to the guest though. Like, I appreciate that, man. Big up to Holden. He says, keep up the good work, King. Appreciate you, my bro. Big up Frenchie. Another fire show. Thanks for providing us with great content. Appreciate that. Salute, Frenchie. Yeah. Big up to FS Claire. He says, I'm black. I'm sick that there's always an excuse for our failures. Name another people that make excuses for not doing the right thing. I'll wait. Big up Josh. He says, we can't blame social media if this has been happening since the 70s after widespread birth control and government assistance and no fathers. We glamorize entertainment to get out the hood. Hashtag accountability. Big up Zora. He says, you lead by example. All I hear is excuses. All right, cool. So, hold on. All right, big up Steve. He says, young men chase box. If ladies choose bad boys, then men will idolize and emulate. Same as black women wearing long straight hair to catch rich white guys. Big up the UK Economist. My neighbors are Indian. The adults' kids still live at home. Now they saved over 500k collectively. This is why kids shouldn't move out early.
I agree.
That's true. All right. I just want to come to this last point, yeah, and then we'll wrap it up. So the last thing is a problem with black guys that have dating as well. It's just like we were talking about being over sexualized and then having to be basically superheroes, right? So the height, the good looks, sexual prowess, whatever, being able to dance or be funny or, all of these things, because the majority of black guys are not that. And this goes across the board, whether you're dating outside your race or inside your race. You get the same stereotypes as well. Do you get what I'm saying? Whereas, like, as I've said many times, I think that, like, other men can afford to be average. Do you get what I'm saying? And still do well. Do you lot agree with that?
I agree.
But it's fair game, I'll be real, because then fat girls, skinny girls, some people don't like that. The BBL body, like girls' bodies literally go in and out of trend. So it's literally it's fair game. It's the same
men
thing.
And women, and I think
literally.
it comes more down to this to the I don't know what to call them, but what society puts on black men, because it's like they want to make a mockery of black men. They want to make a mockery of black women. So it's always like, oh, you have to be funny, or you have to be able to dance, you have to be really extraordinary good looking. They don't put those
Black
pressures
people don't do
on
that to other black people.
No, but the society that we live in is predominantly patriarchally white. So those ideals have been placed like years before, generations before us. And it's like, because of that, those same ideals don't get placed upon a white person or a white man or a white woman. It's like its own, do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, you have to be a comedian, or you have to be really good looking, or you have to be really athletic. Do you know what I mean? And
they created that.
It's like even when you watch movies, like a lot of times you'll see like the star of a movie could be just an average looking white dude, just average looking. He don't have to be necessarily ill-dressed Elba for F's sake. He doesn't have to be. He doesn't have to be Eddie Murphy or Will Smith. He could just be, bro. I watch a lot of movies, bro. Netflix, bro. And
but Samuel L. Jackson's
world.
not good looking. Exception.
It's black.
That's right, but he's an older man though. Like he's an older man.
And,
if you watch Samuel, do you
that?
think Samuel L. Jackson in Pulp Fiction? Do you think he was an ugly dude? He's not an ugly dude, and plus he looked kind of tall as well.
And does anybody remember that time when
fam?
There was a newspaper article? Years and years. This is probably before you lot's time. I don't know, but I keep saying I'm old. I'm not that old. But yeah, it was something to do with a film that Lawrence Fishburne was in, and then they basically confused Lawrence Fishburne with Samuel L. Jackson, and they printed the article, and they were like Samuel L. Jackson with a picture of Lawrence Fishburne, and they're two completely different actors. It just goes to show, because it's just to them they don't give a shit. It's just sorry, excuse me, they don't. They don't give an S. It's just it's another black man. So there's they've issued an apology. Way too late, but. This is the society that we live in, and I think it comes down to us. Like I said earlier, like making platforms like this, having these types of conversations in our community, and spreading the word and spreading like awareness and educating our youth, where we're going to change that. and we're going to make a different society for
Do you really
ourselves.
think you can change that?
I think we can. I think if a lot more people-
3% out of
We can
97.
change that. We can change
Can
that.
I-
97%.
Can I ask go around the room? Yeah, like I'll start with you. Yeah,
I'm an
your
optimist.
preference in what are your preferences in the guy you would date, like a black guy? What's your preferences? What do you look
What
for?
do you mean, like
in like physically? What do you
physically?
look for?
Oh, I'm not really. Well, I'm quite.
Keep it real.
No,
fam.
no.
Why does it have to be physical? Can it not be physical and...
Mental.
And mental.
No, we'll go on to that.
So physically, I'm quite tall. I'm like 5'7", so someone that's taller than me.
What's the minimum
Love that
height?
you said that 5'7" is tall, baby girl, because I'm
I am
5'7"
tall.
too.
Yeah, it's not tall.
Oh well, I feel like
To
I'm
us
just
it's
like
tall.
towering. Yeah. So
Would you date a guy shorter than you?
I did once.
Yeah.
Ouch.
How long did that last for?
It didn't last long because
I
of
didn't
my
think so.
No, but it was my insecurity. I just didn't feel like feminine. I just felt like, oh, I'm towering over. I feel big, especially because I'm tall. Well, I feel like I'm tall already, and I was just like, yeah, I tried. I can't do this. But yeah.
Interesting. So what a guy should be like about 6 foot for you? Because
No,
you're
that's not-
5'7", right?
I'm like 5'10" and above. Like I don't really care. I'm not really like, oh.
How
as long
tall
as-
was the last guy you was dating? You smiling for?
She's admiring him in her head.
Oh my god!
I want to meet memories.
Oh my god!
What is it? Another 6'4"?
No. It's not that deep for me. I don't really care about stuff like that. I'm not very
How
superficial.
tall
Neither
was
am I.
he?
Probably like 5'11". Like it's
okay.
really not that deep. But yeah,
Okay.
tall. I like eyes. I'm an eyes person, and it doesn't mean like colored eyes. I just mean I like nice eyes. If you have like eyelashes, just eyes. I'm attracted to eyes.
So a nice, good-looking dude, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not really that like fussy.
Okay, so he's probably going to be above average in height, and he's going to be good-looking.
Well, yeah, to me, good looking. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
So top percent guy. All right, so go. What's your preference in the man you would be with now? Like black guy.
Yeah. Black. Traditional, I would say at this point. Traditional, loyal, real.
We said physical,
Yeah.
babes.
Physical.
All right. I just have to say that.
Because I think most women are gonna say loyal,
okay.
all of that, emotional intelligence.
All right.
I've done this show bare times.
The physical.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has to be bigger than me. Yeah, he just has to be bigger
Like
than me. Whether that's
muscly,
tall-
you mean fitness?
Not necessarily muscly, just bigger than me. Do you get
So
what I'm saying?
tall and
How tall
so
are
he
you?
can
Big
fling you
boned.
around the
I'm
bedroom.
5 foot,
So he can fling you about a
6.5,
bit.
just
you
call it
get me?
5'7".
Fling you up the bit. You get
Do you get
me?
what I'm saying?
All of
You
them
just got to
ones.
be taller
What
than
did
me.
you say? What did you say?
Repeat that.
You
What did she
about a
say?
bit. So he can fling you about a bit. That's what I said.
All right,
Oh,
no,
you
no,
want a
no,
guy
no,
that
no,
goes
no,
to the
no.
gym? He goes to the gym. So go on then.
Do you get what I'm saying? So he's got to be bigger than me, taller than me, deep voice. Well, go on, you're right, baby girl. How are you?
All of that. Yo.
Yeah, manly. Big hands. My hands are big. You see that? His hands have got to be bigger than mine.
Don't let her slap you, bruv. Because you're gonna be finished. Bro.
That's the main thing back in the day. Your hand has to be bigger than mine. And that's why I go for taller men, because they're naturally bigger than me. I'm a tall girl. I have big hands. I have big feet. So they need to be bigger than me. And that's the main thing.
Okay, interesting. Another top percent guy. Go on. You. What is your preference? Like physical?
I think okay. So yeah, I would prefer them to be taller than me.
How tall?
I'm
How
5,
tall are you?
I'm 5'5", so I would say at least 5'7" up.
Preferably 6 foot. Be real.
Well, 6 foot would be nice, but like
Preferably. That's what I'm saying. Preferably.
But I've never. I don't. Most people I've dated are not 6 foot. They're always shorter than that. So
Oh, okay.
I'm not. Like it is what it is.
That's nice of you.
Yeah, because I'm a humble person. But anyway, we'll get to that. What else? I don't know, because I don't have a type. So I would just say like whatever I'm attracted to. But what I definitely can say is I could be really attracted to someone when I look at them and then they speak and it's completely like I am someone that like, okay, I'm not going to say that I could be with someone that I find unaesthetically pleasing. But at the same time, what comes out your mouth to me, who has been in education for so long and taken so much time to reflect, is really key for how attractive I think you are. So, I mean, yeah.
Interesting.
I don't mind about race. I would prefer black, but if my desired person is in a white person or in an Asian person, then
It is what it is.
then it is.
I feel you. All right. Next one.
I would preferably, like, I'm 5'6", so 5'7", like, I don't really care. You just can't be shorter than me. Like, if you're, I could date someone 5'6", 5'7", 5'8", like, I don't really care.
Have you done it before?
Yeah, like,
Oh, okay.
It's not.
Like what? How many times? What, regularly?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, interesting.
No, like I don't see what the issue is that. Like,
No, because a lot of chicks, they come out, I want a guy that's over this.
But
Ideally.
if I like you, why am I going to stop talking to you because you're not 6 foot? That doesn't make any sense.
No, but like,
No, but
really, your first impression counts. So when you look at someone, you already in 10 seconds, you know if you'd like to sleep with them.
Exactly.
You know
If
that.
they're short, you're not even gonna chat to them. Certain people.
Yeah, no. If
No, not certain
What
people,
about your
you as
business?
well.
Yeah, no. If he's,
You get me? If there's a little shorty like Regin,
If he's
don't
short-
even chat to me, man.
You see, that's the truth. That's the truth there.
if
That's
he's
what I'm saying.
shorter than me, then obviously, like, I'm probably gonna feel a bit insecure because I want to feel more feminine. But you can be my height or be taller, and that's fine. I feel like I don't feel like I have a type. My friends say I have a type, so
What
I
would your
just-
friend? What would your friend say your type is?
They even look the same.
I'd say like I think jawline, like nice eyes.
So
Like
pretty,
specific eyes.
handsome dude. Yeah, I mean,
But
I
not
think everyone wants a
necessarily-
good-looking person. Like, really.
No,
and
I
truly,
wouldn't
innit?
even say the people that I like is any like most people's cup of tea. It's like I don't know. I just attract this type of guys. Like
Interesting. All right, what about you?
I'm 5'7", and I've dated people that are the exact same height of me, if not even like slightly shorter. I don't really care personally. If there's like a big, let's say they're 5'1", I'll be honest, I'm not gonna go there. But I don't really have a type. Like if I find you even if you're not even that attractive to me, you could literally be fun. Like there needs to be something that I like can feel like attracted to. Like let's say you have really good game and you just know how to flirt and you're confident and you're saying the right things. You could actually make yourself from like a 4 out of 10 to a 6. So for me, it's like an overall picture, like vibe, and I need to be like attracted to you somehow. Like you don't necessarily even need to be my type. Like there just needs to be something that grabs my attention.
But initially, it will be looks, though.
No, you know what? That's not true because I've dated some not good-looking people.
Yeah.
It's true. Like
I feel like me and you
Helping
are.
out
I've had
the
a
community.
range.
Helping the community. That's good. I respect that still. All right, cool. Back row. What do you say about
I agree with a lot of what you've just said. I've always said I don't have a type. If all of my exes was to stand up against the wall, you'd be like, what? Because it's just so, different. And I don't necessarily go for looks. Me personally, it's more about your personality. And like, I don't know who it was that said something about how you could look a certain way and then you open your mouth and then that completely changes my mind. Because there's been people that I've maybe been on a date with and then or I've gone to meet them or whatever, and then they've said something and I'm like, this completely turned me off because I've not thought that they was that way inclined or whatever. But yeah, height doesn't really come into it because I dated a guy that was like, when I stand up, he was here to my chest.
Right.
So like bend down.
You flang him around.
Yeah,
What about that?
well, actually, we didn't have sex. So sorry, excuse me, I wasn't allowed.
You
to say
don't
that
need
word.
to have sex.
But
You just pick him up and dash him.
We didn't get that far, but yeah, I had to bend down to kiss him. But that was when I was like in my teens. So it's like for me, that's never been an issue really. Like obviously, sometimes when I've been with guys that are taller than me, it's preferable because it's you feel a bit more feminine, don't you? And you feel a bit more looked after when they're a bit more masculine and they can fling you about. But yeah, for me, it's more about, if I'm going to be completely honest, smile is key. Really nice smile.
So teeth, good teeth.
Good teeth. And really nice eyes.
I forgot to say that as well.
Good eyes. And if you can make me laugh, really. I know that's not looks, but if you can make me laugh, you can laugh me all the way into the bed.
Knock, knock.
I'm telling you.
Knock,
Get
knock.
me? Who's there?
Hey, man, work on their knock jokes, bro. You get me? Who's there,
and you, my love.
Get me? Go on.
What's my height? I wouldn't say I have a set height. With the height thing, I'm fine.
You said peng at the beginning of this podcast.
But we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. But there's different categories of peng there. Because I feel like my type, like there'll be like 3 different categories, but they all look the same in those categories. But whatever. So I'm 5'5", so you can't be my height. But I'm not too fussed about height. So you could be like 5'8" plus. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm not fussed, but you cannot be my height. Like why are you 5'5"? I just do clean and pretty. Like if you've got pretty features and like your fingernails are clean, your teeth are clean, like do you know what I mean? Like you've just got like a pretty face. Like I can't lie, that's a bit of me, and then your personality will come next. I'll be wrong. But I wouldn't say I'm too fast. Like beard, just like slim. You might go gym, you might not. I don't really care. But
No, do you know what? I forgot to
as long as
say,
you're pretty.
the man needs to be hygienically clean. His
100%.
breath smelling
Don't
good.
let me get
He needs
started
to
on the
know how
hygiene.
to bathe and
just
clean
No,
clothes.
skid marks, big
Skid
no.
marks.
You man them.
Oh, my days.
Like, no, the
I need,
amount
wait, I
of
need to
man
say
them
this.
that
He
I
needs to know how to cook.
Some real stories
My
are
man
coming
needs
out,
to know how to
bro.
cook, bruv. If you don't know how to cook, yo, me, you need to feed me. You need to know how to cook. If you
she
don't
loves
know
her
how to
food.
cook, we can't go out.
If you got money, it's fine.
Do you lot think the majority of black guys out there are getting play from women?
What do you mean by play?
Like the dating, they're successful with women. The majority of black guys.
I feel like they do it to themselves when they are the ones ruining it. Because I'm telling you, girls want to be in relationships. Like we do.
Hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button. We're gonna get into it. So what was you saying?
No, I'm telling you, like girls want to be in relationships, and that's why a lot of men, people don't talk about this, but they're serial monogamists. Like they jump from relationships to relationships, or if they don't do that relationship thing, they date to try get, So it's like, yeah.
So you lot think the majority of black guys are successful attracting or dating girls?
They are, but I feel like they don't.
The
take
majority.
It.
Yeah, they are. I think
They are like.
Yeah. I think they
Is
are,
it?
but they're not.
They just
They're not
don't-
successful in keeping them.
Yeah.
I don't
literally.
think men. I don't think.
Do they want to keep them?
I don't
Yeah.
think
Question.
like black men.
Do you
when
know
they're young,
there's a thing that's out there that's called, and this is based on research, called the 80-20 rule. Yeah, and what that means is that 80% of women are going after 20% of men, the top 20% of men. So all of you lot have said, "Oh yeah, I'd prefer a man to be taller than me." The average height of men is 5'9". Yeah. So, and a lot of times when you lot would, and I know this is just me putting out something, but I think the majority of you lot, if you saw a guy that's 5'9", you'd probably think he's short.
No, because
No,
I'm
not
5'6".
In comparison, and
No,
You're
That's tall
bruh.
compared to
I would
me.
think like
As long as
Yeah.
he's taller than you, then yeah.
I just think he's
As long as
average.
he's taller,
Okay.
as long as I have to look up at him.
But anyway, regardless of that,
No,
that was
for
just me
real,
putting
for
out
real,
something.
for
Yeah, I could be wrong, but really and truly, would you lot agree that yes, the 80% of women are going after the top 20% of men? Would you lot
100%.
agree?
Probably, yeah.
So if that's true, right, that would mean that top 20% has the monopoly over the market.
Of course.
Yeah. So that means 80% of the men are not successful. 80% of the men are getting ghosted, flaked, and just plain rejected.
That's fine, but just because
So that-
they can talk to
that's
other
fine.
people as well.
Wow.
No, but just because they're
Wow.
going for that 20%, they have other options as well.
No, but that's
the
me-
niggas that are not in the 20% either.
Fine,
That's
bruv.
maybe
Yeah,
because
they're in the roster, but that don't mean that they're the only ones.
no, but
Like,
listen, that's maybe because they don't have the confidence. Because men that I've dated that don't have confidence, that I've swerved, it's because you don't even
Do you know
have
where
confidence.
Do you want to know where
bro.
confidence comes from?
getting girl.
Within.
No, bro, that's some feel good nonsense, bro. Bro, no, men, you're thinking from a woman's point of view because you can say that because for a woman, you can go outside. You know, some guy is gonna want you. Every single woman has got a guy. Every one of you has got a guy that wants them, and you've curved them for whatever reason. For whatever reason, it might not be physical. It might be just like you said. He said something wrong. Yeah, but what I'm saying is that. Look, at the end of the day, a lot of times women hyper focus on the guys they find attractive for whatever reason. You lot hyper focus on them guys. 100%. But the majority of guys, think about in your everyday life when you're walking, you don't even register most guys you see walking about. You don't even see most of the guys looking at you. You don't. And I'm not saying that's your fault or that's a bad thing. It's just not feasibly possible for you to register every guy. That you're only going to register a small percentage of guys.
You're only going to register the ones that come up to you and make it
and
known
interact.
that they want you. They're chasing you.
So you accept every advance from every guy that comes up to you that's confident.
But I mean register. Because if someone's staring at me and I don't know it, I'm not going to register. But if if they make it known, then I'm going to register it.
What are you saying?
You're only going to register the people that you actually want to talk to.
There
It
you
doesn't
go.
matter how hard you're or how
There you
confident
go.
you are. If I don't want to talk to you, it's irrelevant.
It don't matter.
And
In
also,
fact,
it depends on
if-
the chat. Sometimes people come up to you and they're just talking bare fraff. Haven't got time for it. I will walk
Yeah,
past
but
and I'll-
there's a thing called a
you
halo
gotta have
effect.
some game.
Yeah, but there's a halo
with this.
effect.
You got to have
because-
some chat.
Right,
You know?
there's a halo effect though, because if someone's good looking, if they're your natural type, your natural sexual type, you're gonna give them more chances to fuck
And
up.
also, it's not just about how they
100%.
look. It's also about smell.
That still contributes to the halo effect.
Yeah, that still
you
contributes
still
to
like
that.
them. You think they're attractive, so you're gonna.
You're gonna at least. Oh, well, he smells good. I'll keep him around for a couple.
Yeah,
more
but you're not
stupid
thinking
things.
that. It's just it happens in your brain. It's a chemical reaction. You're not thinking, oh, he smells good. I'm gonna shag him. It doesn't work.
I never said shag him. I'm just saying you give him more chances to mess up,
definitely.
bruv. But at the end of the day, majority of women go for them. There was an experiment on Tinder where they say that women swipe right 5% of the time, men swipe right 50% of the time. That says it all.
But why do they swipe right though? They're swiping right to cheat, not to put you in a relationship. So it's different.
Well,
we're looking for different things.
And yeah, but sometimes women are looking to cheat as well.
That's fine, but the 5%.
Everything is fine to you, bruv.
No, but
everything's fine, bruv.
I feel like what you said about men swiping right 50% of the time, like the thing is, you're also swiping right for wanting to have sex. Like
you don't know that though.
But no,
if you're a guy, but think about this, yeah, and this goes back to what you were saying about confidence, yeah. Men's confidence comes from success. It comes from being successful. Women, as I said, like women can say, "Oh, it comes from within," because if you're an individual, you know, okay, if I go to a club, somebody's at least gonna buy me a drink or come up to me. That you don't even need to. You don't even have that fear of rejection. Men have to. Do you know how much rejection men go through? I don't think you don't understand it, bruv.
Yeah.
You don't. Bro, there was a thing where some woman done an experiment, social experiment, where she pretended to be a man. Bro, do you know she deleted herself, bruv? Yes, this is real. And you lot don't. And I'm not knocking you lot for saying it, but you lot just don't understand what men go through, especially the men that you don't register. Do you get what I'm saying? Like they're just invisible. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's not that's why I asked you, because I kind of set you up for that. When I asked you, do you think the majority of black men are really successful? And you lot said, yeah. Is it?
So then how do we get them to become visible?
Do you know
what? Do they
what?
need to get a fresh haircut? Like,
How do they
need
get
to...
themselves?
No.
They need to go to the people who like them.
Do you know what? The guys that get bare girls, they tend to have this, all of them tend to have an overall like flamboyant, like playful energy. And the truth is, the nice guys who are not there because they haven't played the game, they're not going to move to you straight away. You just need to and I think they usually they could be good looking, but they will still blend in with the background. But let me tell you why. That's because they're not trying to come to you on an approach let me just grab your attention. They're really trying to eye you first and see and wait for the right moment to approach you, because they actually have respect for you. But the truth is, you just got to be for example, them looking at you, they're trying to see I'm looking at you because I'm interested in you. And if you're looking at them back, that just means you're not interested in them back. But maybe if you just let them approach you and see what they're about, maybe you actually like what they have to say. But the truth is, because they have a different way of approaching women, that's not the same as
what type of guys are you talking about in that
but there are nice guys, for example, where they're not necessarily simps, but it's more of an organic approach where they will get to know, they'll come with you at a different angle. They might say hello, but they're not necessarily being yo, you're so beautiful, what's your number? They're actually asking you genuine questions just to see themselves, maybe oh, are you the type of person I think? Because they've already seen that you're attractive, and now certain men want to get to kind of know you before they really.
Do you think nice guys finish last? Especially black guys.
You know what?
Everyone hit the like button. We ain't got enough likes on this video. All right, hit the like button.
I think so.
I agree, but that's literally because women choose to ignore them. I feel like it's our own fault, though, low-key.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but why are we ignoring them?
Because we want the flamboyant men. We're too busy being
because they're
not always. Sometimes their personality is just not up to par.
Guys are usually shy as well, so they don't come up to you and talk to you. Like you were saying about how guys come up to you and talk to you, it's interesting the type of guys that come and talk to me, because I come across as a very confident woman, but I'm not always that confident. I'm actually quite shy. And obviously, because I've got my shaved head and I'm, how I am with my sexuality and stuff, they're like, oh, can I approach her? Can I talk to her? So the type of guys that approach me are usually guys that are just, they're not serious, or they're just oh, let me see, what's she about? Do you know what I mean? The ones that are probably going to be more in tune with what I'm on, and that are probably the shy ones that won't come. I have to go and talk to them.
That's what I'm saying. Because okay, if you got a big personality, or you seem very, very confident, it's only gonna be hyper confident guys that are gonna have the balls to come to you, bruv.
For real. Yeah, but sometimes
it's only gonna be someone you keep flicking the thing too much, bro. It's only someone like KingRichez, bruv, yeah? UnlimitedSource.com, yeah? That can... And bro, I grew up with two boys, yeah, that used to clean up. Yeah, when it came to girls, bro, I was not on their level, bruv, and I was jealous, bro. I ain't gonna lie. And them man know who they are, bro, because they're watching. Yeah, big up to you two. But yeah, like, bro, when you, and this is what I was saying to you, the confidence comes from winning. Winning, bruv. Like when you're winning, you can. But if I've been sleeping with a bad B, yeah. Then, boom, if I see another one, bruv, I'm already in your... Bro, I've had you already, bruv. Like, this ain't nothing, bruv. Like, but if I've just been getting rejected 10 times in a row, bro, I don't know if you want a nice guy, and I probably am burnt out. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I've tried. I'm probably not even trying to move to bad B's. I'm trying to move to average at best girls. And they're saying no. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's where it kind of messes up. You get what I'm saying?
I have a question. Can we define what nice guys is? Because I feel like as I've gotten older, I've come across like nice guys, but when you get to know them, it's like, actually, you're worse than the bad ones. Because at least the bad ones, you kind of know what they're bringing. Because like up front, they're like, okay, you kind of know this guy's a bit off. Then you get the nice guys who appear to be nice, but they're the worst. So what is a nice guy? Like, how do we define what a nice guy is?
Well, in the dictionary, nice actually means idiot. That's what it really means.
Wow.
Really?
Go and look it up.
I haven't done that. But when I say nice guy, I always use my dad as an example. I know that's a little bit, whatever, redundant, because he's a lot older and he's from a different generation. But I use, because like when I say nice guy, I mean someone that will like open the door for you, pull a chair out when you're in a restaurant, let you talk, not talk over you when you're talking, like just be respectful. The same way, like I'm not saying that it's a two-way thing. So the same way I want someone to be respectful of me, I'm going to be respectful of them. And also someone who doesn't cheat, someone who is integrity is one of my biggest things. Like I recently got stopped in Soho when I was on my way to a gig, and they were doing like some YouTube thing. And they basically were asking women in the street, like, what do you prefer, a handsome bod or a pretty face? And I was like, you know what, all of that will fade. A handsome bod fades. You can't go to the gym forever. So you get me? You're not going to be looking like that when you're 85. And even looks fade. But if you've got integrity, and if you're loyal, and if you mean what you say, and every time you say something, your actions match your words, then me and you will have a long ride together. Exactly. But a lot of men, their actions don't mean, like, match their words, and it's like you could be the most amazing looking person in the room, but like once we're together, we're in a relationship together, if you're telling me one thing and you're doing another. Exactly.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, let me
I rest my case.
Deep.
Nah. Yeah, all right, let me say, like, in reference to what you asked about the nice guys, yeah, I don't think it's really about nice guy, because nice guys finish last. What it is you want a good man.
Yeah,
that's what you want. That's what you really. So
a good man is a nice guy, though.
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily.
But that's what I think.
A nice guy, a nice guy could just be a simp. He could just
no,
be.
But it doesn't have to be that. Because being nice doesn't mean to say you're a walkover.
Yeah, but this is the thing. But you want, most women want a guy who has a masculine frame, who's a man, not a wet
like, for example, I feel like all human beings have feminine and masculine. That is what makes us up, yeah. And I consider myself to be a nice person, but I'm not a pushover. I won't be disrespected. Do you understand? There's a difference between not being disrespected and holding your ground and having morals and being nice. They're two different. You can be both. You can still be a nice person and not be disrespected.
You can be a nice person, but really and truly, in my mindset, in my world, I just think of be a good man, like, to your woman, innit? Do you get what I'm saying? So all of that is gonna be encompassed. Respect. You're gonna treat them like they are a human being. You're gonna have, you're gonna want to make them happy and and all of that, because you're a good man. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like,
but then also all of that being a good man and treating your woman with respect it also goes in, like, the way that you treat other people. You can't just be treating your woman with respect and then treating everybody else like shit, because that's going to put me off. Exactly. Do you get me? If I see you talking to another woman with disrespect, I'm going to be like, yo, nah. You just see what I'm saying? You can't just treat me nice and then treat everyone else like wrongly. That doesn't make no sense.
Yeah? This is the thing, yeah. Like, worry about your own yard, bruv.
No,
because me personally, I just think like this, yeah. You don't want a guy that's gonna be like, okay, you go to the restaurant, he's disrespecting the waitress or the servers or stuff like that. Cool. But you need to worry about what's going on with you, bruv, and you and that person in your relationship. That is primary. That is a primary.
But that's a character. Yeah, 100%. But then everything that you do is also a reflection of us.
Exactly.
So if you're going out acting like a madman, then, you know, and they know that you're my husband, they're going to be like, you know, I saw your hubby.
Plus, eventually he's going to switch on you as well.
Do you know what I mean?
Bad
Like,
behaviour.
No, I hear that. That's interesting that you say that. But remember, you was with a bad boy for 10 years, though.
okay, here we go.
No, but it's
Just
true,
because he
though.
sold drugs
Because
doesn't
this
mean
is
he's
the
a bad
thing.
boy.
Yeah, he was actually
Just
really
because he
nice.
sold, like, a lot of like,
Oh my God. Oh my God.
you can.
This is why we're failing, bruv. This is why black people fail, bruv.
No,
this is
'cause
why,
they
bruv.
can have
There's
a
always
nice
an
heart.
excuse for dysfunction, bruv.
I know that.
Just because he's a drug dealer doesn't make it. Yes, he is a bad person, bruv. He is.
Yeah,
No,
He
and
is,
the,
bruv.
the
He is,
reason,
bruv.
let
He
me
is.
tell you
He
something.
is.
The
Fair
reason
enough.
he's a bad person because he's selling drugs to people and bringing down the human race.
Fair enough.
So there's nothing good about
And
him.
guess what?
He's selfish, fam.
And he's
Straight up and down.
and he's especially most likely selling poison to his own community. First and foremost.
So you're bringing down the black race even more by selling them heroin and selling them cocaine.
We don't have to go into so much detail. Let's not classify everything. Just get me
All right, brown and white. There you go.
You know that shit's been around.
Flipping heck. But yeah,
Stop
but like,
being a drug dealer now.
All right, cool. But this is what you said, yeah. What you said. But you know why?
I think we need a break.
Hold on.
It's getting very hot in here.
No, we're gonna end soon.
Don't bring down the
How long
black
is
race.
it? How long is soon?
Calm down, everyone. Calm down.
How long
One
have we
voice.
got?
One
How
voice.
long have
One
we got?
voice.
'Cause
Hold
it's
on.
after 12.
Yeah. This is just the last thing I want to say about that. Yeah. Like, I think that's why us as black people fail. Basically, as I said, there's always excuses for dysfunction. Like, come on, it doesn't. Listen, he can be like, bro. I knew boys that were doing a lot. They was trapping, doing all that, and then when they're in their house with their mom, mommy, they was a good boy. But are you? You know you're not, bruv, because you could get a job. You could get a normal job, but you want to do flashy. You want to do Hakkasan. You want to do sexy
easier,
fish.
innit?
You want everything, bruv. And for what, bro? Like,
I've got
do
a
you know what I
question.
mean?
How much of the percentage of black people in England are actually doing good, and how much are drug dealers or doing bad?
That's a good one. But
That would be a good research.
I don't think it's the majority doing bad necessarily. I think the majority of people are average. Most people are just doing average, normal thing. But this is the thing. It's like what I said, 80-20 rule. 80-20 rule. So that minority that are dysfunctional, they're glamorized, bruv. They're the cool kids.
Okay.
When you think about it, when you're in school, how many of the boys in the school were actually really bad? It wasn't the majority. It was the minority of boys that were doing the badness.
You're right.
But they were the
Glamorized.
kings.
No,
they
for
were the
real.
ones. They were the top boys in the school.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
That's
true.
how it works.
Okay, no,
Do you get
for
what I'm
real,
saying?
For real, makes sense.
We're gonna wrap it up. We got a couple more super chats and we're gonna wrap it up real soon, and then we get the final thoughts from everybody. This has been really entertaining. This has been really good, actually.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it.
And I'm gonna get all of you back for more of these heated conversations.
Yes.
Because I know you lot have got more to say, bruv. Like, you get me? Big up to Michael for the super sticker. I appreciate you, my brother. Big up to Michael again. He says, KingRichez is going to hit 100K subs by next year. It's an honor to be a mod over here. I appreciate that, my bro. Appreciate you, bro. Cool. Big up to Jamie. He says, they laugh with no remorse about height. They get real quiet. They get real quiet about weight.
Jamie. Sorry.
They get real quiet about weight, though. You bring
Must
up
be
men's
short. Sorry.
yet you bring up men's tone.
Tone.
Like, go to
voice.
you know what I'm saying?
Jamie's obviously got a deep voice and he's short.
I don't know, bruv.
I'm only joking.
Hey, the producer's got the deep voice out
Producer.
here.
You just wanted everyone to hear your voice, bruv. Hey, big up D. He says, big up to KingRichez on another solid live stream, bringing real talking points and highlighting genuine things. They need to be discussed. Respect. Appreciate that. Big up to Gusta. He says, there's nice guys and there's decent guys. Nice is false, lies, deceit. Decent guys are just that. Big up from downtown. He says, big up KingRichez. Me and my wife really enjoyed the show as usual. I want to give her a birthday shout out. We're actually watching the show from the cruise ship heading to Bahamas.
Oh, happy birthday, wifey!
Big up! Hey.
Big up the good man. man out there.
Big up, the good man. That's what I'm saying. Big up to my boy from downtown 296, and big up to your wife, man. Happy birthday, all of that good stuff.
Yes.
All right, cool. I'm gonna go around the room and we're gonna get our final thoughts and then plug any social media or anything. You lot are musicians, all of that. Plug everything. Yeah, we're gonna start with you. Let's go.
Since we're talking about in terms of the black community, I think both men and women need to get out of this victim mentality. And what else? And just because even though there are, before we can, because the truth is, I think that the system has kind of set us up to fail. Yeah. Oh,
yeah, start again. Sorry.
Basically, I feel like before we can even make changes to the system and try to figure out our way through that one, first we need to actually change our community and then we can fight the system. Because right now, the system literally treats us like a joke and we're allowing the system to basically they're trying to put us in a box and we're playing by that rule. So we need to change as people and come out of this vicious cycle before we can make any actual change. But yeah.
Can I ask you one thing? I'm going to ask everyone. Do you agree that, do you think that dating is harder for black guys after you think about everything I've mentioned?
I think it is hard, but I think it's hard for both black men and women, just like the same. Just as how it plays out is slightly different.
Okay. Instagram? Are you going to plug it or you don't want to plug it?
Yes, it is VV Baby with 3 eyes and 2 Y's.
Awesome sauce. All right, next one.
My last thoughts would be like, I feel like we all need to start to actually value community and value one another and stop looking at each other like we're disposable. You can just do like whatever to each other, because at the end of the day, we're really all we have. Like, as Valentina said, like the system has really put us in a box where it's like we're in a vicious cycle and it's hard to get out of, and it's, you know, it's putting us in situations that are just not the best. So I feel like if we work on community, having compassion for each other and holding each other accountable, like it's possible, like we will be able to, you know, have better like quality of life basically.
Do you think black men have it harder dating like modern women?
I don't think it's necessarily harder, but it has, like, after this debate, like, it has brought like more, like I have more knowledge and insight on like how it is today as a black man.
Like, is there any one thing that you can think of that like you learned that you didn't think about before in terms of black guys dating?
Like, I think like the rejection sensitivity stuff, like in regards to black men, like how that can like blow their self-esteem and things like that. Like, as a woman, like we're the one being approached, so it's like we don't really take into account that. It's a bit intimidating. Like, I wouldn't even want to really be going up to men every single time when I like them. So yeah, like it has put insight on that for me. Like it has, like, you shed a light on that.
You know what I'm saying? I'm out here teaching motherfuckers. You know. Anyway, what's your socials?
If you want to put it my personal social is Deborah Dilafroz, and that's DillaFroz, and I have a hair business page, and that's DSO hair _ and that's on Instagram.
Awesome. All right, next. The quiet one, and she's trying to be quiet.
I'm so quiet. I'm sorry. Okay, so my final reflections is you aren't like claiming to be the victim if you are a victim. Black people are the least disadvantaged of every single race. And I am a trainee associate psychologist, so follow my mental health page where I talk about black trauma and intergenerational trauma. And that is on Instagram at mental_and_me with an _, and then TikTok, just mental_and_me. Are you going to ask me? And then the thing about black people, what?
Black men dating, is it hard?
She's on it. I love it.
Black men dating, is it it's harder for black men dating more than women?
No, I don't think it's harder. I think it's hard for everybody. What everyone needs to do is take a look within, do some reflections, work on yourself, however that looks for you, and you will find your peace.
If you're 5'1", there's not much reflection or anything you can do about that.
No, but you could date short. There are girls that are 4'10" and 4'11",
and they want guys 5'5". But anyway, all right, next one.
I would say my reflections are just go back home, go back where you belong, and build that community, and just go in an environment where people love you, people are raising you for greatness, and just stop staying in an environment or a country where people don't like us and people don't want us to strive. Do you get what I'm saying? Go back home and build your community, and that's the main thing.
What's the socials? Anything you want to plug, promote?
Okay, my social. I'm a musician. I rap. Demitra Niku, Demitra Nicou. I also co-host with my partner over there, Dem Sweet Nights. So you can find us at Dem Sweet Nights _ showcasing music, networking events. I also have a skincare business, ital.skincare. And yeah, that's my socials.
Awesome sauce. Awesome. Next one.
Okay. I feel like what I took from this is education. Like, these chats are really healthy, and education doesn't necessarily mean like you have to read books if you're not interested. It just means going on YouTube, typing in interesting things. One person who really inspires me is Tupac. Everyone just thinks he's a gangster rapper, but he's really deep and was an activist and talks about being authentic, being yourself. And I think it's important to reflect, look in the mirror every day and be like, I am worthy, I can do this, I can achieve. Yeah, affirmations are important. It sounds cheesy, cliche, oh my God, but it actually helps. Yeah, so I'm a photographer, Captured by Cage, that's with a K, so Captured by Kage. You can find me on Instagram, so yeah.
Awesome sauce. All right, on the back.
I just feel like at the end of the day, whatever cards you're dealt, like, just deal with it, literally. Like,
What?
Like, just
I thought you was gonna say that's fine again. Nah, that's fine.
No, because you can't cry and wonder, oh, this is the reason why. Like, just get on with it, literally. Like, whatever you're dealt, just get on with it and just smile through it, literally. My socials, just Aisha on everything. So AISHATOKS. And do I think it's harder? I think it's just hard out here for everyone in general, literally.
Okay. And last but not least.
Oh, me. I think my thoughts I think I've summarized everything that everyone said. I agree that these kind of things, like I've been saying this, these types of podcasts, these types of environments and these types of discussions are so vital for us as people and for our community. So we need to have more of these. And as I said as well, building the community and educating our youth and just spreading more awareness, and that we can be the change that we want to see. But you have to make that first step. I'm a big believer in that. Yeah. And do I think that black men have it harder? No, I don't. I think that we all do. And it is, again, it's about looking within, and it's about, challenging yourself and trying to find that balance in your own self before you can go out and then trying to partner with someone else. You know what I mean? That's where all the mistakes start happening. When you're already a broken person, then you're trying to bond with somebody else and build a life. But yeah, those are my thoughts. I'm a singer-songwriter from East London. I think I said that earlier. My name's The Sweetness. You can find me on Instagram at Sweetstagram. That's spelled SWEETZGRAMM. I also co-host and manage an artist events and showcase business called Dem Sweet Nights. That's Nights with a Z. And you can find us on Instagram as well at Dem Sweet Nights _ Yeah, come check us out. Thank you for having us.
Every last Monday.
Yeah, it's every last Monday of the month, guys.
All right, then, cool. Hey, listen, this has been an awesome show. I have to move forward, bruv. Yeah. And I dropped my phone, but listen, yeah. This has been an awesome show. Big up to everyone watching. Make sure you hit the like button, yeah. Make sure you're subscribed and you've hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of the quality content on this here quality channel. I just want to say thanks to all the guests that have come today. You lot did a wicked job, and I want all of you lot to come back respectively, yeah. And listen, if you're a woman watching this and I reach out to you on Instagram, yeah, come on my show. Stop being shook, man. Because a lot of you lot are sending me messages, DMs. Yeah, I love your show and I think this, but come on the show, then radio silence, bruv. Don't be shook, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying?
Come on, girls.
And
come at your shell. Come on.
Another thing why I'm happy about this show, because I was talking to my friends, a couple friends, this week, and it was oh, you don't get enough black girls on your show or black women on the show. And now,
it's a full black panel, guys.
Black, mixed race, there you go. Do you know what I'm saying? And I'll be real, a lot of times when I've reached out to black chicks, a lot of times I don't know why, they scared to come on. Do you know what I'm saying? So, Like, if I reach out to you, please take the opportunity to come and voice your opinion. We ain't all gonna agree on everything, and sometimes I'm gonna be like, yo, let me speak and all of that. But bruh, I do appreciate it, and it's all love. Like, do you know what I'm saying? We get to have a good discussion and get it all out there. You know what I'm saying? So big up to the guests, big up to the viewers, big up to myself.
Up yourself.
Obviously, come on, man. KingRichez, you don't know. Anyway, with that being said, we're out. Peace.